Hey. Why you a Zionist piece of shit? Going to Israel? Quentin Tarantino! Tarantino! Say nothing! Tarantino, say nothing! Tarantino, say nothing! Tarantino, toast! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Hey. Why you a Zionist piece of shit? Going to Israel? Quentin Tarantino!
Can anybody hear me now? Microphone check, microphone check. Can anybody hear me now? Can anybody hear me now? I think people can hear me now. I was just saying that although Tarantino has been accused of lots of things, I mean, I got to be real. This is where a little bit of my hypocritic, is it still mute? Is it still mute? Let me check. Can anybody hear me? Microphone check. Okay. He said L. What's up, Mitchell? This show is a crime. Oh my God. Hold on. I'm putting you on the overlay. Hold on. Y'all got to see. All right. Here we go. Back to Tarantino. I know he's been under a lot of attack for years because of a lot of this shit here. He's obsessed with. I'm just saying, though, I'm a big fan of Tarantino. I mean, Reservoir Dogs is a classic. Just the list goes on and on. Pulp Fiction is one of my favorite movies ever. I love the Kill Bill series. So I'm personally a big fan of Tarantino. So sometimes I have to look the other way, and it just is what it is. I mean, you can call me what you want, but when you produce great art and it's something that registers with me, then I'm gonna be a little bit, I might be a little bit hypocritical. What can I say? But he's supposed to be finishing his. Oh, you want some invites? He's supposed to be finishing his final movie soon. Tarantino's supposed to be finishing his final movie very soon. I would love to know what you guys think and feel. Hold on, I'm getting this link. Let me see. I got the link on his final. I think it's supposed to be his ninth or 10th film. I think he promised that he was only going to do 10 films. And he's working on that now. It's been taking a long time. I think what's the last film he gave us was what's the last film? Somebody help me out. The last film was in 2019, the Hollywood film. I can't remember exactly what it's called. Something Hollywood. Something about like Hollywood. But he hasn't given us a film since then. So I hope he hurries up. I really was praying and wishing that Tarantino would complete the. I'm just talking shit while I'm sending these invites out. I was hoping he would complete the Kill Bill series. We've been getting rumors of that for literally over a decade now. We even got like Zendaya supposed to be involved and supposed to play like the little girl that watched her mom get slandered. I mean, watch her mom get slain, and supposed to be going back after for some revenge. So hopefully, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. That's exactly what it was called. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Good film. It took me a couple times to watch it, literally like 5 times to watch it. Really good film. He faced backlash on that film too. He faced anti-Semitic comments on that film and shit. We got a guest in the building. We got a guest in the building. All right. Let me do this overlay. There we go. What's up?
Yo, can you hear me?
What's up in the world of the Hummer review? I can hear you loud and clear.
Yeah.
What you got to say about Tarantino?
About that video?
Yeah. What you got to say about Tarantino in general?
The fat guy's running saying Tarantino. That's hate. But
give it
what
to
were you
me,
saying?
man. He's I was talking about the Hollywood movie, or I was talking about what is it? What number film is he on? Like he's supposed to do a, huh?
You talking about Once Upon a Time in Hollywood?
Yeah, but what's the number of films that he was capping himself off at? His last film that's coming up. 10, right? What do you want? I was kind of talking about what I want that Tim film to be. If I want it to be a Kill Bill sequel or all new original film, or
because he's teased Kill Bill 3 in the past.
Man,
well, a lot of people say that. First off, I always hate that he boxed himself into 10 films. That don't make no sense. That's stupid as a director. Why only 10 films? But a lot of people will say that if he makes another Kill Bill, because he said that Kill Bill 1 and 2 is technically one movie. So
right.
He could do a Kill Bill and do another original movie, is what I'm saying. And now I'm big on the screen. Nice.
Now it's all you. Hold on. Give me your, while I'm fixing this, give me your top 3 Kill Bill, not Kill Bill, Tarantino film. Yeah, put you on the spot, boy.
Not Django Unchained, Pulp Fiction.
I forgot about Django, man. Woo.
Not Once Upon a Time. What am I missing? He has 9 out. I guess maybe. I just watched Reservoir Dogs for the first time, but I really, really, really like that movie. Probably Kill Bill though. I feel like Hateful Eight I haven't seen yet. I feel like I'm missing one, like a super classic.
I mean, just out of his whole catalog, or one that you watched?
Yeah, one out of his catalog.
Did you say the Hollywood movie, Once Upon a Time?
Yeah, that's not my top 3. Even though I really do like that movie.
You got Dusk Till Dawn, right? What's the other one? Jackie Brown.
Dusk Till Dawn ain't even his movie. Oh, Jackie Brown. I like Jackie Brown over Jackie Brown. Oh, and Glorious Bastards. Thank you, Mitch. Yeah, thank you. I knew I was missing 2. That's the one I was missing for real. But yeah, I like both those over Kill Bill, to be honest. You know that I like Kill Bill, and I like how unique it is, especially when it goes to like comic shit. That's super dope to me. And that last Lucy Liu scene, all of that's hard. But I don't really like that karate shit like that. Like that whole like fighting shit. You know what I mean? Like he did it dope. Yeah, he did it dope, but that ain't really my forte. But I would say Jackie Brown, man. Jackie Brown's an amazing movie. It's really one of his most slept on movies because people do not talk about that. That's my favorite performance by Samuel L. by a lot.
Yeah.
Samuel Jackson has a lot of roles that he blitzed, and that's the one. That's my favorite role.
For sure. And my Pam,
Jackie Brown.
Yeah, Pam.
Yeah, before she got fat and looks horrible.
Yeah, she looks terrible.
Put up a picture of Jackie Brown, Pam Grier right now.
Find Jackie Brown. Hold on. Let me find Jackie Brown. But do you? What do you got to say to the Tarantino? The class of people out there that said Tarantino is a weirdo?
They're exactly right. Everybody knows he's a fucking weirdo creep. But who cares?
Makes good art, right?
Yeah, who cares? As long as he ain't Tarantino gives me like weird vibes to where like he's not. I don't think Tarantino's a part of, like the sex cult. Tarantino is like the weird guy where he does his stuff in private.
Right.
He'll pay some people.
You got a foot fetish for sure. There she is.
But she looks horrible.
No, no, she does. Come on, she just don't look the same.
Right,
Woo!
compared to what she used to look like.
Yeah, Pam was crazy back in the day. No cap.
Yeah. Yep, she sure was.
But yeah, I had to start with some Tarantino. Man, I wanted to show give my guy some love real quick. But I had a little funny video on the tuck. People running around chasing him with
the video of Tarantino when he was promoting Django Unchained when he's trying to act black is the funniest video of all.
Oh, hold on. I gotta find it. Hold on.
He's like on BT or something. He's trying to talk black. It's like, what are you doing?
Hold on, bro. That is crazy, bro. We give him mad passes because he's a goat.
He's Tarantino, yeah.
I'm not gonna be able to find it on here. Fuck. Let me see
ain't that what we've done since the beginning of time?
What, give great people passes? Yeah. We certainly do, and it gets annoying when we don't recognize that. Like, if you're not on the side of somebody, you don't recognize that you've done the same thing to your favorite people. You know what I'm saying? Like we pick and choose who we want to not give passes to and stuff like that. And then we forget that we literally pick and choose. Like, I'm all right. I came on here and said it. I showed the clip, and I came on here and said, but I give him a pass because I like his art.
Right. And I pick and choose. It's what I pick and choose. Because I don't like R. Kelly no more either.
I'm not above being a hypocrite.
But right.
Did you see? I'm glad you said that. Did you? Have you seen anything about the R. Kelly thing?
I mean, what? I saw him overdose today.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't
know the real. Yeah, I mean, he got sent to the hospital and stuff. He's been trying to get out.
He'll do anything at this point. He would do anything at this point. Fake overdose, really? Come on, dude. So beneath
You're above that. Deontay says skip to Kendrick in Toronto. We'll get there. Shout out to Dot. It's his birthday today, Gemini season. But real quick on the R. Kelly situation while we're here. TMZ's reporting that. I'm gonna just pull it up too. We're gonna all read it together. TMZ's reporting that. Shane says picking and choosing is my favorite. Some niggas earn the benefit of the doubt for me. Mine's too, bro. I literally love picking and choosing. I literally love it.
I agree with Shane, but sometimes it doesn't make sense to me. He always tells me that, but it's cool.
Wait, say it again.
Sometimes Shane will use. I don't know. It's weird with Shane. Sometimes I disagree with the people he picks and chooses. But I guess that's him picking and choosing. So
me too. Right. I do too. But I'll be understanding that that's his chance of picking and choosing.
Right.
I just be disagreeing with who he picked. He always picks
right.
Right. God damn, dude. Can you pick the right people to pick and choose about? Like, shit. But Robert Kelly, man, like Hunter said, he's doing anything to get out. He's pretty desperate at this point. But they're reporting that, he overdosed and he's on like blood thinners and shit for his heart, apparently. They gave him more than that he needed, which he already suspected. He also said on his ride over in that, let me just line it up. He took the medicine late at night, and then he tried to stand up out of the bed because he felt lightheaded and weak and stuff. And then he collapsed, made it to the door before he lost consciousness. And then he reported that during his transport to the hospital in the ambulance, he heard the paramedic said, we're really into some tough shit now, or some shit like that. In his case, he's alluding to the fact that he wasn't supposed to survive this overdose, that they literally overdosed his medication. And
what benefits if R. Kelly dies?
For them?
For anybody. Like the record label?
You're saying like where's the motive?
I'm saying R. Kelly's been maybe when he first got locked up and shit, now R. Kelly's such a he ain't on no one's really radar no more. Once a year he comes out.
He's been trying to get out for a few. He, like you said, he's tried everything. He's claimed illiterate. He's claimed
he was just begging to get out. He's
illiterate. can't read and shit. Now he's claiming that he's literally dying in jail. So the motive behind him trying to get out, he is apparently, there's an Aryan, you know how prisons have gangs and shit like that.
For
sure. There's an Aryan leader that has been told by the guards or people higher up to kill R. Kelly. And the Aryan dude came clean. This is how R. Kelly, for the last 3 weeks, has been begging to get out of jail. He wants to go into a seclusion house to where he's monitored in the house because he's claiming that somebody is after him. I don't know why or what. But I mean, I got my own theories, but I don't know concretely why. The Aryan dude came clean and told R. Kelly, like, hey, I was sent to kill you. And I didn't feel good about it. So he let him know. R. Kelly's saying that somebody else is trying to finish the job in there and shit like that. And then that was weeks ago. Now here comes the overdose. So I don't know, but some funny business is going on. He's supposedly supposed to be getting out. His sentencing was 30 years, I believe, for the sex trafficking and racketeering charge that they gave him back in, when was that, 2019, 2020, some shit like that. And since then, he's been fighting and clawing to get his way out of prison. I say let the fucker out.
I guess.
No, look at you picking and choosing. Look at you picking and choosing.
It really don't make no difference for me. But he's just a different sick guy. He's sick. A different type of sick. Yeah, I don't. But sick, it's whatever. It's whatever. I don't care.
I pick and choose with. Yeah, he's sick, but I'm joking. I mean, I know I'm supposed to get on here and be all, give it to the man and, all this and all that. But, like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Him, Diddy, other people that are, accused of these sex trafficking, racketeering crimes and stuff like that. You already know how I feel. Throw them all away. Done.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it don't. I don't even
and
care.
You ain't about to get out within 3 years. You ain't about to get out.
That's what's annoying me nowadays.
30-year sentence, you can give us 15.
You're doing 15. You're doing 15. And that's us cutting you a deal.
That's a deal. Because you're not about to get out when you're 50.
Right.
You're only 52 or some shit like that.
Yeah. No.
You get out in your 70s.
All of a sudden he gets out and his heart's fine. 26-year-old man.
Heart fine as hell. He back to singing and shit. Like, boys, please.
He'll start touring again. And that's when it will annoy me. He will go on a tour. His broadcast will go on a tour.
For sure.
That'll annoy me. So yeah, keep his ass locked up.
He got to pay mad people back. Y'all was telling me a little bit. Somebody said something about YB. I've not heard any news about. Y'all said he announced an album.
I mean, that's because why would? I mean, yeah, he just dropped an album. He's dropping an album 4th of July.
I don't like this whole thing that you're trying to push where he's like completely blackballed. He's not blackballed like that.
Okay. How is he not blackballed?
He's not even blackballed.
That's so delusional to say. Who talks about YB? Who talks about YB? He's not a main topic. I'm saying he is not a main topic like that. Me and Biggs was talking about it all the time.
Now he'll be covered by hip hop when he goes on tour and he releases the album.
I mean, I don't know because I don't watch the Joe Budden podcast, but Biggs does. And Biggs was telling me, like, it's really crazy. Like, the only time Joe Budden will ever mention your white young boy's name is, like, criminal charges or in passing or, like, going to jail or something. Like, never releases his numbers, never releases the music, never talks about it. Never nothing about that. And the young boy is so blackballed, it's not funny. The labels has blackballed him. Like I said, for him to be in the game for so long, he's not had one radio song. He's been on a feature one time.
No, I'm saying that. He's had radio songs.
No, he's been on one feature.
What, with the Migos?
With the Migos.
Nah, he's had other ones, bro, for sure.
No, he has not. Look it up. I wouldn't just say this. I'm telling you, it's crazy. Even like his big songs, like I feel like I'm Gucci Mane, them weren't on the radio. Them were just like big songs.
I'm looking up his chart history.
Yep.
I'm looking up his chart history.
He has
a top 10 hit with Bandit was a top 10 hit. Okay, with Juice WRLD. We don't really remember.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't like that, but yeah, I remember that.
Outside Today wasn't on the radio. Somebody help me.
No.
I don't know if I believe that. I feel like
they were just big on the internet because it's young boy. My point is like, okay, let's say he has one. Let's say he has one. Say he has 3. He's been around since 2018. It's 7 years now. He's one of the biggest artists as far as like streaming and / numbers go. Whether we know they're fake, but like so is Drake and so is Taylor Swift. So like they're all fake. And I'm just saying, him doing you mentioned with Drake and Taylor Swift like last 5 years and gets no coverage from nobody, from Ebro, from Joe Budden, from you, from nobody. I'm just saying the fact that it's not even funny how much he's blackballed. His album's done been hidden a million times.
Major, though. He was signed to a major, correct?
At first, yeah. He's been out that major since the whole fake Birdman stuff. He was with Birdman for a year or two, then got up on the Birdman. Now he's independent. Or he's not independent, but he owns a lot of his masters.
Okay. Well, we'll see.
I'm just saying, he is not promoted so you would agree that he's promoted anything like Lil Baby was?
No.
Or anything like even Gunna was? Or anything like any of these no, it's not even close.
Who was his team, man? I really because this is off the cuss. I did not plan on talking about YoungBoy, but I know he was signed to Atlantic when the period you're talking about, and then I know he got off of Atlantic or something happened with Atlantic. I think they had beef. There's a negotiation. He's
done been on so many different labels because he dropped so much music. So he'll sign a 5-album deal and he'll drop 5 albums in 9 months and get that deal. Like, it ain't shit for him to drop projects like that.
So the labels dropped him because they ain't recouping. The labels
ain't know how, but why? Further conversation. Why do I think so? I've already talked about this with Stefan privately. We've had this YoungBoy talk a few times. I don't think that what I truly think is, and call me delusional, I think YoungBoy is like, there's people from the hood. Like, do I think that the Lil Baby, all these are from the hood? Of course I do. Like, that's documented. But there's people from the hood who like Lil Durk, who kind of, even Lil Baby and Gunna, all them, they're not retards. They get some money. They can play the game. And they can play the game. YoungBoy, I truly believe YoungBoy can't play the game. You saw what he did when, J. Cole, the coolest guy in the world. No one has no beef with J. Cole in the world. J. Cole hit him up to do a feature. YoungBoy said, yeah, let's go. YoungBoy was probably wrong, was probably late to the studio. J. Cole was there for hours because J. Cole left. Yeah. And YoungBoy's irate, makes a diss song about it. He is not, the labels have said multiple times that they can't control him. I think that he's literally actually uncontrollable. And money don't move his needle for real. I think that he has a death wish. When you have a death wish like that, you don't care. So that's what I truly believe is that it's hard to push a real life gangbanger who don't care, who don't care to elevate. Most of these real life gangbangers which first off, a lot of them aren't real life gangbangers. A lot of these musicians are they're not from that. But the ones who we say are, they get to that point where they want to elevate, they want to further their career, they want to put that shit behind them. YoungBoy is too young, too irate. I think there's something really wrong with him, is what I really think. I think he's like really bipolar in real life. I think he's really has messed up things in his brain, and that don't mend well with promoting him as a superstar.
Right. I understand. I mean, I've always understood that angle. I'm just waiting for, like, me and you've been having this exact conversation for about 5 years now.
About 3 years.
3 years. And I'm waiting for that because I can see the story. I can see everything that you're saying. And like you said, the numbers definitely allude to that. But I'm just waiting for like we talked about a few weeks ago. Shane said, I'm surprised you get behind someone like that so much for real. That's like opposite your stance most of the time. Well, he used to. I mean, he like people that get in their own way.
And here, okay, now Shane, you're right. You're 100% right with me. Usually, I hold people accountable, and I really don't care. And don't get me wrong. You're dead right. I'm just saying, with YoungBoy, and I think I've even told you this before in passing. You can tell YoungBoy's never had a big homie in his life. And YoungBoy's been on the game feeding his hood since he was like 15. And he's never had, and he's like like I've seen interviews. He's not a guy where like every interview he drops I watch and not like that, but I've seen some in passing. I watched a few, and I can tell that he fake wants to be. He's bipolar. Mm-hmm. One minute he's like literally like, nah, I know exactly what I'm doing in my music. I feel bad and stuff. Like, I can't be doing this. I'm just terrible for the fucking kids, blah, blah. And the next day he'll drop a song of killing everybody. Like, he's really bipolar and crazy. Yeah. So like when I see someone who came up like young like that, and like you know, I pick and choose. Let me just talk about that. I pick and choose. I fuck with YoungBoy
in this episode,
but I'm not sold on YoungBoy like character or personality or not. Like I don't care about him as a person. I like YoungBoy's music, and I just have an opinion on him because I like his music so much, and I see him getting blackballed. That's just what that is.
Right. Yeah, my take still stands the same. Like, I wasn't a believer. I've heard of YoungBoy since like 2017, 2018. I remember my first real interaction with YoungBoy, knowing, like, looking into what was going on. There was a fight he had a whole bunch of niggas on the stage, and there ended up being like a breakout fight. And I watch live performances all the time, and I even go down rabbit holes. I've seen Lil Bibby perform, all types of those type of drill rappers and stuff that I like watching their performances to see what kind of rapper they are and shit. Anyways, there was a fight on stage, and somebody got kicked. Like, somebody got kicked from crowd surfing, and then like YoungBoy like took his shirt off, like he ran. People chased him all out of the stage. It was a crazy video. I don't even know if it's still up or anything. But that was my first introduction to him. So I'm like, yeah, whatever, not my type of dude. And then up until, I mean, you kind of co-signed him. I've always heard other people co-sign him. The Migos feature I really had liked. He slid on that. He slid on the Tyler, the Creator feature. And then also Biggs showed me, if you ever watched this, shout out to you. When we was at the cabin, he showed me that OJ freestyle.
Mm-hmm.
He did an OJ freestyle. I'm not whatever that.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and I was just like, damn, it was a little contradiction on what he was doing, that bipolar shit.
Yeah,
and he was talking crazy. I'm like, okay, there's definitely talent there, and I've just been waiting for him to have that moment. I've said, man, he needs to work with Tyler, the Creator. He needs to have that little baby push.
I agree.
That little baby push to where he's thrown up all on us. Because right now, I do got to say, he has an organic following. He has an organic fan base. A lot of anything we hear about YoungBoy is usually pretty organic. Like you said, I'm knowing a lot of these songs that are on the chart history and stuff like that. But like you said, they're not on the radio per se. Mm-hmm. But I know them because you hear them. If you go outside, you hear them. Shane said that motherfucker's autistic.
He's all of it.
Something. He's definitely something.
He's literally all of it. Yeah,
he's definitely not rap type for sure.
I just think with YoungBoy, man, I've heard, you know me, I go back and listen. I've heard every album he's dropped, which is a lot, because that's just a lot of delusional. I'm not like an artist. I'm not listening to everything. And he has a whole bunch. And like I said, 50% of songs I don't like. So like, I'm not a co-sign. That aggressive YoungBoy I hate. But you hit it, he's talented, man. And like, extra talented. Like I see these young little babies and all of these people getting pushed, and like to me, YoungBoy is way more talented than them. Just his flows, the way he just naturally talented. So that's just really what it comes down to me. It's not even about his rapping style. It's not even about none of that. Just he has that real authentic talent as far as music goes. He needs, and that's what I've been telling you for a long time. Like, all it would take for YoungBoy is for him to work with a real producer, because he has one producer. Jason is this 40-year-old white dude. He has one producer. Every single thing he does and mixes is this one 40-year-old white dude. So
he needs to get out that wheelhouse.
He needs to get out that wheelhouse, get with a real producer, get on these different beats, not computerized beats all the time. And drop a 10 to 12 song album where people will listen to it and people will like it. I mean, they did for Roddy Ricch, and Roddy Ricch is nobody. He already has a way bigger name. If he did that, dropped a 12 song album with a real Tyler, the Creator producer. Yeah, he's a lot better than Roddy than me. And I like Roddy. I like Roddy.
That's a bigger.
It's different. Bigger, like who? Like maybe household name? Like I don't know, bro. YoungBoy's weird.
Roddy fell off, but when he was on,
yeah, he had the box, the biggest song of the year, 2022 or 21, whatever that year was.
2019, he ran that shit.
Or yeah, that was
2019.
He also since then he has been horrible, and he's fell off. His trajectory's been beyond.
He hit one in the ocean.
Yeah, people remember that one time on Instagram last time about the preview music, and everybody.
Oh my god! And everybody
like, come on, that's so mean.
They was just doing that. He said he's way bigger than Roddy. It's possible because his core base, Young Boy got maybe a better core base. Obviously, I would say so at this point because Roddy's core base hasn't supported him. In fact, I said that Roddy's problem was he blew up. He's that rare occasion where he had a hit too fast, and then he has to live his whole career trying to in the shadow of that hit. He was never able to hurdle over the box or Rockstar or that 2019 run. He was never able to do it. Mm-hmm. Shane says music is his gift and curse. Like Hunt says all the time, music is his therapy. Like he'd probably be a serial killer if he couldn't get that pain out. That's what they said.
I mean, I think that he's a serial killer and he gets the pain out. So I think both apply.
Well, but, I mean, I got to switch gears on this, but I do want to say shout out to Young Boy. I'm just saying here, live on the channel, Lord of Lips, it's put up or shut up time to me this year. You're out of jail. I don't think you're going to get better momentum than like a T.I. second, a Wayne out of jail, T.I. Pac out of jail. That's your second. That's your chance. You need to have a rebirth right here. It needs to be a complete rebirth.
And with this tour coming up, like he's been the thing for a little minute, but even still, it just feels weird. Like he is not getting a push in nothing. He just dropped since he's been out of jail. He's just dropped 5, 6, 7 singles in their heat.
I wouldn't have been able to. I didn't know.
Why not?
Yeah, I didn't know.
If Lil Wayne got out of jail and he dropped 7 singles, everyone in the world would have knew.
For sure.
Like, why are these hip hop pages you follow not picking up? Like, I don't know why. I do not know why. But something got to happen.
Something got to happen. It's shit or get off the pot time. You got to sign a deal or do something. Switch your gears real quick, man. I don't know, man. Y'all got to be ready for this. Look at this pathetic nigga. You're about to be mad.
On the docket.
Toronto shows up for Kendrick. You want to talk about that?
Wrong again.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
No,
everybody been in my mentions. Everybody
as
been
they
hitting my
fucking
phone.
should.
Yeah, man. But
we tried to tell you it was a shitty take then.
Yeah, but you know what it is, man. I be underestimating how many fucking goofies out here.
Oh my god.
How many idiots out here in the world? Like y'all went and showed up for somebody that was shitting on y'all.
Toronto is the 3rd largest city in North America.
Right.
You don't think Kendrick Lamar has fans out there?
No. Kendrick, we know Kendrick has fans in Toronto, but I just, people were supposed to, that show, you were supposed to not go to that specific show. But,
Why?
Because he's shitting on the city of Toronto.
Is he?
What the fuck you think? They not like us? Who you think? Who's they and they not like us?
This is just the classic case. Let me just pause it here. Stop sharing.
Miles' arc is horrible.
I mean, really, seriously. Shay said he sucked so bad. It's like, just come out and say, like, further in the clip, Rory or the host, Damaris, is just like, Maul, just say you were wrong. And he's like, nah, SZA was also there too. Like, everybody wasn't there for kids. It's like, stop it. Just say you were wrong. Just say you're wrong. Have some. Here's the thing. Here's my problem with podcasting. Here's my problem with streaming. Here's my problem with this era. This used to be career suicide for shit, back in the day.
Right.
When you had such a bad take and you would refuse to get off that horse or you would die on that hill, that's where that term comes from. You're going to die on that hill? That's what that means. Like, you're going to stick with a take that's literally like career suicide. But, of course, today you can say literally anything. And Drake checked that mayor. I'm going to talk about that. But go ahead. What were you about to say?
Yeah, man. Maul just needs to stop. And then even with that Ray-Ban stuff, he's like, no, that's my guy in real life, though. Like, wouldn't you support, like, you supporting your guy, support my guy? So it's like, okay, but like, first off, then say that from the start. Say that no matter what, I'm delusional and this is my guy, and that's what it is.
Boom. Good point.
And then we can look at it but you're still up here trying to play objective role guy in like the hip hop space, and like you're being delusional from the very beginning of this. He sold out 2 stadium shows. It don't matter if he had SZA or not. Like it doesn't matter. It does. I mean,
you said you wouldn't even be able to go there and do that.
Yeah, it just doesn't matter. It just, who cares if he run fucking OTD? That's not the point. He did 2 sold out stadium shows in Toronto. Toronto being the 3rd biggest city in North America is kind of crazy. I didn't know that.
Yeah, but I mean, here's the thing. I haven't spent a lot of hours on this topic on this page, but like I said, it is Kendrick's birthday, so here we go. Man, OVO fans suffer from never getting their ass beat. That's just what this comes down to, man. This we are going on 14 months. And I was thinking to myself yesterday, like, man, I almost rather had Kendrick fucking lose if I knew that they was going to be such bad fucking sports. You know what I'm saying? Take your ass whooping and move on, man. It happens in sports. It happens in rap. Jay-Z got his ass whooped, moved on. Ice Cube beat ass, got his ass whooped, moved on, said Common was the better MC. It happens. Biggie, you know, it happens. You know what I'm saying? Move on, man. Y'all are literally losing, like you said, all credibility, all objectivity. Drake is like on one hand pretending to not like be moved on from the beef, and he's doing that shit that he does that drives me crazy, where he's just speaking out of both sides of his mouth. Like, you know, when it's record time and stuff like that, so oh, I'm trying to get the party lit, but like behind the scenes, you're texting the mayor saying you calling them spineless, saying why are you there? Which I feel it. You know what I'm saying? In that instance, it's like people did turn their back on him majorly. And there's a particular person that turned their back on Drake that I'm gonna talk about here in a second when I get into this clips thing. But if you're gonna be moved on, if you're Aubrey Graham, if you're gonna be moved on, be moved on. Be moved on. He released a record. Did anybody know he released a song this on Friday?
With Drake?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. He released a song with a video and everything. And so I know people are saying like Kendrick is dragging this out, but like from my vantage point, it seems to be the other way around. Now Kendrick is taking a victory lap, but he's, you know, performing records that he rightfully deserves to perform. You know what I'm saying? He's going to Toronto. He said he's a goof. He is a goof for doing that.
I like that line. Just a quick, you're a goof.
You're a goof. You're a goof. And I also love that, it was ass with Smiley. It was horrible record. And that's what I'm saying. Like, Aubrey continues to shoot himself in the foot. His fans continue every day to spin another narrative. You know, for months it was, you know, you're not going to go to Toronto. You had top 5 monkey looking dude running around, acting like people was going to get touched and, you know, making threats about people coming into Toronto. Well, they did that. You know what I'm saying? They did that. And yeah, he might have drove back and forth, but he did the show. And like, what's the next narrative that people are going to spin? You say what?
Who knows? I mean, I just want this to all be behind us, like you just said. I brought this up months ago. I'm like, Jay-Z guys asked to drop the album was fine. Like, just stop. The longer you keep doing this. And here's my thing, even with I like the you're a goof line, I like all that, but like, I'm pretty sure Drake screenshotted that and put it on his story.
Yeah, this wasn't that's what I'm saying. The dude,
like, even okay, like, cool. If you're Drake, like you said, you turn your back on me. You're a goof. I feel that way. I might even send you the you're a goof. But to screenshot it and post on your page is like you wanting to know.
Literal fuel to the fire.
Yeah, like, okay, just say it and just, you know, that's how you feel and chalk the guy and he's a goof. Just say it. You don't gotta. Why you get why get this whole thing involved? I just don't understand. This Kendrick and Drake thing is exhausting anymore.
It is.
It really is.
It literally is. I mean, I don't know how they take the funnest hip hop moment, everybody collecting the biggest, funnest couple nights in music history or hip hop history, and then like here we are, like 380 days removed, and like, you know what I'm saying? Granted, you know, there's been like the beef has been pretty PG as far as like, you know, outside street stuff goes.
Yeah.
More than others. But it's just like literally the deterioration of the music industry is all centered around this. I've turned this Drake and Kendrick thing off. I'm not gonna lie. It's so pressed down, shaken together, and ran over.
Me too.
It is. And I mean, y'all know my vantage point. I just say that a lot of this has just it's Drake and OVO literally dragging this on. Now you can say that there have been like some Kendrick nut huggers. You can even say people from, you know, the shows that I watch from Community, Back on Fig and all that stuff. Maybe they come up off of this a little bit too. Academics have drugged this on. But I'm saying it's the constant every week narratives week after week after week after week that literally continues to drag this on. You know what I'm saying? This would have been done a long time ago. We could have been moved on. Drake could have dropped an album, and now some people's gonna. And also got to say this, for better or for worse, Drake, we got to see. I know he just announced a tour. He's going to pick up that second leg of that European tour, I think it was, that he had canceled. I think he's going back on tour, supposedly. We'll see. I think something will come up again. But we got to see him in the States. And I know he's trying to fake punish us because, like, America, chose a side last year and was screaming not like us to the high heavens. So he's, like, trying to punish Americans by, like, not touring in America. He's doing just a little subtle shit that I see. Going on that streamer a few months ago. He went on that streamer that was in like Germany or some shit. He went on that dude's stream. But come to the States and perform so we can really see, so we can really assess the damage.
Didn't Drake move back to Houston? Are you living
Yes. That was in the height of the beef. Yes.
Oh, yes. So that was in the beef he did that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought he did that after. I thought he just did that recently.
It was like when he it was after the beef, but still like in the beef when he was releasing all those records last summer. No Face and all that shit. That Wangwa Dalala song. That was when he did that. Why were you?
I mean, I was just saying because I mean, yeah, he hasn't performed back, but I mean, I guess Houston's kind of. I mean, he is where he's from, basically. Not where he's from, but like that's where his fake J Prince ties are, and that's where his America upbringing is.
What's also funny about that too is, so Kendrick has been on a sold out stadium tour, and the capacity has been sold out everywhere except Houston. So Houston did kind of show up for Drake. It was 93% capacity, if I can remember correctly. 93% capacity in the Houston stadium. Yep. So
that was their statement.
That was their statement. That was their statement. Like a few hundred people just held out. And right. And I don't know if you've seen. You probably didn't see that they were supposed to have that little OVO kind of riot outside of the Toronto thing. Like OVO sent out a flyer and a whole bunch of delusional fans kind of got together and was supposed to like do this kind of party and have Drake music playing outside of the stadium. And there was going to be like conflict and shit probably when people left the stadium. It ended up getting shut down, thank God. What did Shane said? I think every time he comes to Houston, he's testing the water a little bit. I agree. He's continuously testing, putting his feet in the water. Hunter, did you see what Lil Wayne's son said?
Yeah.
You did?
Look, he's so goddamn young. He don't know.
He don't even. I would love to use this. I would love to use his quote against Drake, but he don't even know what the fuck he's talking about.
He don't even know what he's talking about.
I could tell by his demeanor he didn't even know what he was saying. The reporter, if the reporter like kind of questioned him down a little bit or like bounced back and said, well, like, what do you mean?
He'd have been a fool. What songs?
He would have been a fool. He don't even know.
Well, so he don't even know nothing. He just he ain't even heard the Carter 2.
He don't even know nothing. It's just crazy. I don't remember tracking capacities LOL like this. This shit is so LeBron stats anymore. For sure. It's literally two fan bases that just will not let it go, tit for tat. And then you got Millie Mall, adding on to it because he's a grown-ass 50-year-old man. And he cannot, he's literally going to die on the hill that he wasn't wrong. Like, no, you were loud and wrong every step of the way to the point like it's a running joke.
Cringe as fuck.
It's literally the running joke. You should lose. And that's why Rory's going back to Joe Budden podcast.
Right. That would never happen.
I don't know what you've been seeing. They've been talking.
I mean, I've seen that, and I don't really keep up with that at all. But I'm just saying, if Rory left Maul high and dry,
I would love it.
And went back to Joe Budden, Maul
the one with the outs.
I got your white ass.
Oh my God! If Maul's the one on the outs in that,
what annoys? I mean, I don't want to go down the road, but that the third call shot Rory and Maul showed the I don't even know her name. The black girl.
The girl?
Yeah.
You think she's horrible?
I've never seen their. Well, I'm not saying I've only seen TikTok clips, and so maybe the clips I've seen have been not to paint her light. or paint her good. But I've seen clips and they just made me cringe so bad. I'm just
I fuck with Damaris only because she be holding Maul accountable for shit like that. But I mean, she can be cringe. She can be cringe, and I think I like her a little bit. Before we get off this topic and shit, because we about to get to the meat and potatoes. Would it been? Let me see. Joe would do a collab despite Maul. He really don't fuck with Maul. Him and Rory have been out a couple times. Rory sucks. I mean, I feel Rory, but the only problem I have with it is like, dude, if he did what y'all allege he did, and y'all split up, we literally, essentially, what Drake and Kendrick did for hip hop, splitting it down to half and causing all this friction and a headache for a year. That's what their split up did for the podcast space and hip hop.
Yeah.
It literally split it up in half, and some people went this way with Rory and Maul. Some people stayed with Joe Budden, and so to do all that, you know what I'm saying, and then to go crawling back to Joe is crazy to me, and strictly based off of what y'all accused him of doing. If he stole money from you,
he's right,
and y'all had proof and shit like that, you mean that? Tell me you're hanging out with the person that was like stealing and like funneling money from you and embezzlement.
Unless Roy just don't believe that no more.
For sure. That's what I'm alluding to. He could, and he may not believe that no more. Well, what's funny, the irony in this is you remember there was Damaris, the girl, and then there was Julian, the camera guy. He was like their parts.
Yeah.
You know Julian? Well, he broke up with them. He broke off from them like maybe a couple months ago, right? He's come out and like did a tell-all type shit against Rory and Maul. Same shit.
All about money and shit.
Same shit about money. And not paying him what he's worth, embezzling money, didn't want to give him a percentage of the tour. He started at this rate, but he was a hard overworker. He stayed late. He hooked up camera. He did shit that wasn't in his job description. So he thought when he was going to renegotiate, they was going to look out or consider that. And they were just like, nah, bro. This is what he said. That they were just like, you looked out, you was doing above and beyond the job, but we ain't paying you for it.
I think a lot. I mean, I don't know that case, or I don't even know Joe Budden's. We don't know what really happened. But I think a lot of that case be people's delusion of people getting paid something, doing the over the mile. You know what happened to me at Finish Line?
For sure,
I was damn near promised a fucking assistant manager job. I gritted for 6 months, stayed over late. I did anything he asked.
Closed for the fucker.
He picked up shifts, did everything asked. Then he came to me, or when it was time to promote, I said, "What's up?" He's like, we ain't gonna get that position open, man," and gave me a quarter raise.
And you're like, "Excuse me,"
and I'm like, "Excuse me, excuse me." So like, I think it'd be part of and I'm not saying I'm delusional, but I'm saying I wasn't necessarily right. I did that in the think of in good faith, and the faith didn't. I ended up obviously getting the job, blah blah, later on, the different circumstances, but. Sometimes if you're that person, you gotta stay down.
Yeah.
Sometimes. And sometimes they don't value you like that. And that's just what it is. Like some people overvalue themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And you think you're doing this stuff and it ain't they don't care about that.
Mr. Finish Line. Yeah. It happens like that. That's the world of business out there, people. And we're not sitting up on here and saying, don't do your job and don't go the extra mile and shit like that. But
I'm sure it's happened to you plenty of times and stuff you don't even know. I'm sure there's been employees who thought in their brain well, I've been picking up shits and you not even noticing it with dealing with so many employees and them doing good at their job and then getting a raise and you're like,
don't move the needle.
I'm giving you what I think, and they're like, I got his ass.
Yeah.
You don't even. It's just like, what, dude? I don't. You know what I mean? That's just the way it goes sometimes.
Yeah, raises in corporate America and stuff is a really interesting topic I would like to probably touch on one day, especially being on both ends of the kind of the thing. And the thing with me, what's interesting with me, I don't know if I should say this, but I pretty much have full autonomy. Not full autonomy. I can't go super bizarre. But the corporate structure that you guys are working in, right, with DT, with y'all situation, he had to get like certain shit approved. It wasn't coming from him.
No,
He might
it was different.
Word in.
That whole thing came because he's like, hey, our district manager didn't approve the other assistant manager job, so it wasn't even really up to him.
Bingo.
Right.
Yeah. So like with me, what's interesting is that like I know both sides. I've been in the position where it's like I've been the worker getting in extra shifts, doing extra shit and all that, and then it's time to pay the piper. It's time to pay the fucking piper.
Yep.
And it's like, okay, raw, 15 cents. Bet.
Them 25-cent raises, bro. Because Shane got that same day I got. Shane came out with the smuggest face you've ever seen.
See, but when you look into it, that's what I'm saying. In corporate America, it'd be like they'll do a percent. It's like that's a lot.
But here's the thing: DT was promising us, "We gonna get you right."
Right.
Like for months, it was one of those things, and so we're like at least like in our brain, I'm like at least a bone, at least a $1, maybe even $2. And he came out. Shane went in first. He came out. Shane was so nice at $0.25, bro. And I'm like, nah.
It's so naive of us. It's literally so naive of us. And now
it is. From
that experience, you've learned like with your recent jobs, you've learned to kind of like pitch offers first. Like when it's time for you to get a raise at your job now, you might throw out, okay, here's what I've been doing. You might come up with an offer. You might, or text somebody and let them know. And then you might overshoot because you know how it goes. So if it's like I want $1.50 extra on the hour, I'm tell them I think I'm worth another $1.75, about $2.
I always overshoot every time.
Yeah, and
I'll be in the middle.
That stems from that fucking experience of being lowballed, literally being lowballed. Fucking, you ready to get into the shit? I wanted to really give a shout out to or do something, but have you seen this clip? Let me fucking. Oh Lord, I love this. Let's see. Shane, what you gotta say about this?
That's scary.
Do you hear him in the background? Now, guys, this reporter was not hurt in this exchange. She is safe. She did return back to her position to finish what she had to say. You know what I'm saying? She made sure she finished what she had to say. But that's the state of what's going on over there. You want to make a deal? Oh, we got somebody on the stream ready just in time. You there, Gil? You there?
You there, Gilly?
Gilly.
Yeah, Gilly.
Let me put the name. Hold on.
Fucking quarter, bro.
No, hold on. What y'all got?
No cap, bro. No cap.
That was the day I lost faith in humanity.
That was the day. That was the day when Shane was right. That was the day when. Yep, he was fake still trying to work. Finish on that was the day when he was like.
That was really probably my character arc, my villain arc. Because shortly after that, I said, you know what, I'm going to start my own business.
Yep, I'm done.
I'm done with this shit. A quarter?
Yeah, that was so crazy, bro.
That
was sick work. But even like imagine like okay, so like now that we're older and we're past his age, imagine when he got told by Rich, like, hey, we can give him a quarter. He was probably like, nah, I've been telling him I'm gonna give him dollars.
Bro, because when I really put it in perspective, we're older than he is now than that.
Yeah, he was 25. We're like way older.
Like, bro, really imagine and then coming back and be like, hey, bro, I don't know.
He probably felt bad as fuck.
He probably felt bad. That was the day he found out he didn't have as much pull as he thought.
For sure.
I gotta share the screen because I can't get this background out of here. Damn, I was about to ask you something, Shane. Fuck.
You was talking about the news reporter girl got her shit blown.
Bruh. Stop sharing. Now I can't see you. Yeah, I was gonna make a wager with y'all.
What's up?
I was ready for the wager. $5 if I go on Elon's page right now and he hasn't tweeted anything about the biggest thing going on. Huh?
Yeah, I said you'll win that bet.
Yeah, you'd win that. I'm gonna
Well,
take
let me
that.
fucking see. I'll be.
I've been saying I saw earlier. He was like, Tesla has the best cars. It's like, boy, we're done.
We are just done.
Me off.
Yeah,
You know what that is. You know what that is. Trump checked him last week, and now he's playing crybaby. He's like, okay, well, I won't say nothing about it.
Pouting, literally pouting.
He's pouting. He's pouting right now.
The richest man on this planet throw a temper tantrum. He's literally pouting because he got called out because he's not. Look at Shane. Look at Shane. Shane is so torn because it's two people he hates. Side. Go ahead, choose a side. This is like voting for the lesser of two evils. You remember that slogan?
Yeah.
Whose side you on?
Neither.
Oh, please.
I'm on the side of that. I said they wouldn't last 3 months.
You did. You did indeed. You did indeed. Now, do you guys know? Do you guys know that not only is he not tweeting about anything going on, the only thing I would have lost this wager. You guys should have took me up on it. I would have lost this wager.
Really?
He did tweet because the Iranians satellites, they're in low orbit. And so, they don't really have good communications and they don't have good internet. So who do y'all think came in and provided them internet?
Starlink.
Yeah, that's crazy he did that.
So Mr. Elon Musk, who is supposed to be saving America and getting involved in America's affairs and Doge, what happened to Doge? The government efficiency and shit. He is providing America's #1 op with Starlink during the time of war. You guys say what to that?
I'll say, hate to be the guy to tell you, told you so.
Nah, you need to give me more than that.
I'm just saying, when everybody was talking, I was saying Doge shouldn't have access to all them people's stuff, y'all. They really he probably shouldn't be doing that. And everybody's like, nah, bro, but sometimes you need a new person to come in and shake shit up and be different. I'm like, I don't know if you want to give him that, though. And now he got an attitude and everybody's afraid. No, don't be afraid now. Don't be afraid now.
This nigga got an attitude.
It's okay. I got a clone out there now. You do too. And
that'd be some crazy ass shit, bro. If he stole our intellectual property and used Palantir and all this AI shit, and we are literally in a situation with bro, that would be so fucking crazy.
Imagine your clone showing up to your house, looking like you. Well, number one, we would put that bullshit theory to rest that I always said was bullshit. Like, if you saw yourself, you wouldn't even be able to know. I know I would see myself. I'd say, he looks like me.
Yeah.
Who says that they wouldn't be able to know?
You've never heard people say that?
I think I have heard that before.
Maybe
you look so different in the mirror that you wouldn't even recognize yourself.
If you saw yourself,
that's delusional.
People always say that. You wouldn't recognize your twin.
Hey, man, I can't lie. That on us, bro, when they're standing out there at the nighttime and that's the family, that's scary.
Yeah.
That's some scary ass shit. I can't lie.
Really imagine where you live, Stephen, if you just saw you standing in that 4-way crosser in the middle of the night,
in the dark, in the shadows,
with a Moses.
There's nothing more scarier than oh, that'd be crazy. That'd be crazy. Because it's like, okay, at least if my clone is out there, at least I might have my dog. But it's like, no, my dog got a dog to fight.
Nah, that's not even the scary part. The scary part is looking out the window, he kind of does he look like me?
He looks like me.
And then you're like, wait, is that Moses? Is that a dog? And then it clicks.
You slowly realize that it's your same exact dog.
It's like, oh shit.
He starts chasing his tail.
What's funny is my thumbnail for this episode was going to be a picture of Hands Across America. And that's funny that we're talking about clones and shit. But I need y'all to give it to me. Does Elon give me some foresight? Is Elon playing the mad scientist that if he can't have it, nobody else will? He'll blow up the world. Is he doing the classic case of, like Hunter said, where he's going to wait till the last moment to jump in and intervene so he can play hero, or he can have some sort of leverage?
I take the latter on that one. I definitely think he'll do the second.
Okay, he's waiting till.
I think he got checked, and Trump basically said, "We don't need you," and he's like,
"Prove it."
Like Elon don't like being a laughing stock. He's going to try to do something to get back into the good graces.
Well, that's what I'm saying. We cannot ignore the fact that he
won't buck up against Trump. He won't do that.
No,
he won't.
We saw him do that, and he apologized the next day and said, Sorry for my tweets yesterday.
Literally, way too autistic for all that.
I'm just saying we cannot literally we cannot low light the fact that he's providing Iran with Starlink. I think that that's a big deal. It's going understated right now. I mean, it's been reported on and shit like that. But as far as the escalation between the story between him and Trump, I think that that is definitely a clip. That is a sticky note or something that people should put to the side and remember that during the height and not for not, you know, Trump has known obviously about, and I know Hunter, we got on here on the stream last time and kind of you mentioned that Trump really didn't know, you know, the whole situation with Bibi Netanyahu and shit like that. But Trump has known about these strikes preliminary, or that's at least what's being reported. There's some people saying that that's not true. He negotiated in good faith. So I guess it's still to be determined. But
I think Tucker Carlson is the one who said that. And
yes.
Then he went and called Tucker Carlson kooky the next day.
Called him a kook, said, get your own television show.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Him attacking everybody like that, attacking Tulsi Gabbard.
Bruh. I didn't see the Tulsi Gabbard one.
Bruh, just today they was like, well, he was getting on a plane or something, and the reporters came around him and was like, hey, well, Tulsi Gabbard just 3 months ago said that Iran's not, you know, with all their intelligence.
Yeah.
They're not making a bomb. And he said, I don't care what Tulsi said. They're very close. What do you mean you don't care what she said? You put her on. What do you mean?
And then JD Vance had to go on Twitter and like.
I seen that. I seen him defend and make a long.
But that was after Trump's comment. He had to come back and say, "Well, hold on, let me."
Oh, okay. See, I did not know that.
It was cleanup time.
All right, let me. I'll throw you guys questions because I could go on a rant, but I have guests here. I'll throw you guys questions a little bit here. Do you guys think that Iran is close to a nuclear weapon?
No.
No, see, hold on. No, think about this because we talked earlier yesterday.
Oh, wait, nuclear weapon? Yes, they have nuclear capabilities right now.
Okay.
For sure.
Hunter?
Not in the way that United States thinks.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
I think whatever they have, we know they have.
Okay. All right.
I don't think that they have this secret nuke where Donald Trump really believes that they're close. I think we know exactly what they have.
What they come out, what they say, we have something the world's never seen before. It's like
that's another.
Iran, they're doing it right now, right as we speak. Day 5.
What'd you say?
They're bombing them right now again. Day 5.
Yeah. Yes.
That just started like at 6.
Yeah, and I've seen their tweet again. Listen, whoever's running Iran's page, please come work for me. I need some PR. I need some help.
Bro, it's really Tim Dillon, bro.
It gotta be. It might be Elon.
Put a mask off. No, Elon's not that funny.
Elon is funny.
Elon
is fucking funny.
And Elon talks in a certain text in a certain cadence.
Yeah, he does.
Like whoever's running that Iran account is young.
Shane ain't hip to Elon's. What's his other profile's name? Shout out.
No, I know.
Adrian Dittman.
Adrian Dittman out there. Yeah. Anybody in the chat watching? If you don't know, Elon has a burner account out there.
The dude went into spaces and was trying not to sound like Elon. It's like that's you.
Yeah, Iran's page be fooling, but here's the thing: Iran's page has. I'm about to have to get involved with Iran's page now because it's like y'all ain't about to feed me propaganda either. You know what I'm saying?
That's what they've been doing the entire time.
The entire time, like I said, last year they were literally rolling out a nuclear weapon. And I don't mean physically rolling. They were physically rolling it out, but I mean they were rolling out the idea that they had a nuclear weapon. It was like a whole week event where they had a cover on the bomb, then they uncovered it the next day, like a little bit, and then they rode it down the hallway, and they kept putting out this propaganda, which I think is funny to troll Israel and the United States. Like, nigga, we got a nuke. So what's up? Yeah. I think it's funny to troll them.
Do something about it.
Here's the thing. So the basis of the argument here is, like you guys said, the nuclear capability of Iran, the enriched uranium, the levels of enriched uranium, because they're allowed to have enriched uranium, which creates this nuclear bomb, up to the levels for civilian uses, for phones, for cars, for technology and stuff like that. But there's a certain level of enriched uranium that equates to a nuclear bomb, which Iran is not allowed to test to have. So when they do their testing and stuff like that, they can only have this much, but they can't have this much. Apparently, they have this much right now, which is why we are where we are today. How do you guys feel about the fact that the world gets to tell Iran they don't get to have a nuclear weapon?
It's hilarious.
Definitely hilarious. Every country in Europe just said that we'll have them, but you can't.
It's like
it's Saudi.
Right. That's right.
If you're Iran, you're literally you're infuriated that other countries are telling you what you can and can't do.
It's like, excuse me. And
really?
Here's the thing. Israel, we all know they have nukes. They've never reported they have nukes. They're in a secret nuclear program. They've never signed the nuclear deal that all the countries have to sign, stating you have nuclear weapons and how many you have. We don't know how many nuclear weapons Israel has. They could very much well not have a nuclear weapon, and it could all be a little trope to deter Iran this whole time. You see what I'm saying? But there's no documents proven or stating that Israel has a nuclear weapon. So it's not only that Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon, it's the fact that Israel does not have to register as a nuclear power. Right. We have to register. China has to register. Russia has to register. All these nations have to register that they have nuclear capabilities and how many nuclear weapons they possess, except Israel. Now, why in the world would that be?
Right.
How is that fair? That your neighboring country or your biggest op can't have a nuke, and then you're also able to say that you do or don't have nukes. You don't have to report it. It's literally asinine to me on how we as a country and the whole West itself can sit there with a straight face and act like this is like some sort of fair, fair play, fair shake of the deal. And I listen, I understand from both sides. I understand that, Iran literally, from our perspective, in Israel's perspective, number one operative is to destroy Israel and chant death to America. So I understand from our perspective not wanting them to have a nuclear weapon, but I don't know how we can say it in just. Like, I don't know how justified it is in the eyes of balance and like equality in the universe. Like, I don't know how that plays out.
It's definitely not equal, but it's all. I mean, like you said, if you're American, I mean, that's what we're. I mean. Ain't that what you would? If you had someone who wanted to kill you, would you let them get the gun? And you had the access to not let them get the gun? Of course, I'm not letting them get the gun.
Right. Even if I have a gun.
Even if I have a gun, I don't care if you. Right.
My goal is to not let you get your gun.
Right. I mean, definitely not fair, but that's how it's always been. Yeah. I don't think that. I think we know what they have. So
we have
what. Yeah, there's nothing that they can do that can surprise us.
They both have them for sure. I think they could, off the back foot, try to deploy one once the Iron Dome is worn down. No escape now. Why would
Iron Dome is a farce?
Hey.
Which you were in and if alluding to what you were saying earlier, maybe they just haven't signed the nuclear deal because they don't want you to know that they don't have the capability to do it. Just like they
right, but even that's an advantage.
Oh no, I'm not following. Say it slower for me. And
maybe a ploy to them, maybe not sign a nuclear deal.
I'm confused. Tell us when you're saying them. Say the name.
Them as in Israel. Okay. Israel not signing the deal could be because I don't have any. But now I can lie.
Right.
Just like I made this Iron Dome thing. Iran thinks it's fluff.
It's fluff. It's a deterrent.
You don't know what I think will eventually happen.
Iran tweeted for some Iron Dome.
I've been telling you guys yesterday we were talking about 2 days ago. I was saying I think that we're going to get involved this week.
And you might be right. I was doubting that, but
what I think will happen is because I keep seeing these reports. I saw two. I mean, you just mentioned it. It might have been yesterday, but I seen it already 2 or 3 days ago, and it started happening. Of that ship that's supposed to retire in 2026, moving to the Middle East.
It's been deployed
for no reason. And when those, I didn't know this at the time we was talking about it, but I was reading up on today. When those retire, they sink them in the ocean, so the fish can have reefs to fucking do fish shit. And it's already retiring. They're moving into the Middle East for no reason. Doesn't it seem likely for that to get hit, and then we're like, hey, America is under attack. Iran smacked it. Whether it's Israel who hits us, it doesn't matter who fake hits us. We're gonna sell it as Iran hitting us, American shit, and boom, we got to get involved. So
I love your thinking. Thinking. Hold that thought real quick. I don't know if you guys have access to seeing my thumbnail, like when you guys were watching. I don't know how it works, but I have a thumbnail on this episode right now. And my thumbnail for this episode is the USS Liberty ship. And the reason I selected that as the thumbnail was for this exact reason that Hunter just stated, is that I shared a funny meme in our group chat today, and it was like, who wants to be a millionaire? And it was A, B, C, D. Y'all remember that multiple question thing? Yeah. It was BB Netanyahu, and it was like, sink a U.S. ship, do 9/11. Bada.
Yeah,
is exactly right. We have deployed this ship that is supposedly supposed to be retired anyway next year, and I would not be shocked. I love blowing the cover. Israel, you're done. We're blowing your cover.
Yep.
I would not be shocked if this ship gets hit.
Yep.
This is what happened with the USS Liberty. The USS Liberty was literally attacked by Israel.
It's Pearl Harbor.
It's Pearl Harbor. It's literally Pearl Harbor.
That's exactly what happened.
Pearl Harbor happened. The USS Liberty. Israel killed 33 of our people.
Yep.
Documented on the USS Liberty. Injured hundreds of USA people by doing a false flag operation like this. They've been trying to drag us in a war for as long as we can remember. They would literally do anything. You know what else? You know what they would do? They would almost like run a plane into fucking two buildings. You know, they would do literally anything to drag us into a war.
And kill 3,000 people, right?
Yeah, I love the American people, and I understand everybody's reservation on, I understand both sides. I'm just saying, keep in mind, just remember that this country has been allegedly a part of some of America's worst moments in history, and including 9/11. So it's not above these people to harm their own citizens and U.S. citizens.
Nope. You're exactly right. And
report out of China. Go ahead, Hunter. Go ahead.
I think that ship don't even hold like that many people. It's one of those that holds like 20 to probably 50 people, to where like it's fucked up to say they're expendable, but it's like in the grand scheme of war and shit,
we got to get this done.
Get this done, and like
good men gotta die.
Yeah, boom. Yeah, I mean that's just how that's going to go, and I'm saying I can really see that happening like this week, like over the weekend or something. Like that gets smacked when it gets over there.
Our shit gets smacked. You already know, because this is
then it's on the. Then there ain't no, because I just saw a report today that was from a good source that when Trump held that meeting last night at 3 a.m. and shit came back. I guess there's still right now, because you saw Bernie Sanders and all them motherfuckers. They was like, fuck no, dude.
They're writing up legislation to stop it.
Right. And I guess in the what's the room called? The panic room, situation room. In the situation room, there was no consensus on attacking Iran. So like that, I mean, people are in there still saying like no, or like trying to talk it out basically. Like it's not a consensus fully yet.
Right.
If we get smacked in any way or form, it's on.
I'm about to go. Keep talking. I'm about to go to Donald Trump's page while you talk.
Yeah, I don't.
And this was his initial threat. He said if any U.S. person is harmed, the hair on their skin,
literally.
If y'all touch one fucking hair,
then it's we on that. And Iran came out today and said that if U.S. gets involved in any way, then they're gonna start bombing the United States sites in Israel, because they all know what's.
Say that again.
Obviously we have military sites in damn near every country, but in Israel, I bet we have probably more. I mean, we protect them.
Mm-hmm.
Iran came out today and said that if U.S. gets involved, then they'll be the aggressors and start attacking our military.
They'll be shooting missiles at
us, at our shit over in Israel.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't think I could be wrong, but I don't think Iran can hit us.
Like us, U.S. right now.
I'm saying I don't think that they like those. They don't go that far.
Iran. So it's a topic of. It's been a topic of debate for years. If their missiles, they have something called ballistic missiles, and then they have intercontinental missiles. Intercontinental missile, which is what we were trying to stop Kim Jong-un from getting. Intercontinental missile means it can reach different continents.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They're claiming they have intercontinental missiles. We don't know. We've never seen this. We've never seen that. But Iran's stance is that, yeah, we got something for that ass.
Yeah,
An intercontinental missile is crazy.
All right.
That is crazy, though.
It is crazy. But
the thing that drives me crazy about that is we always hear about their reports of what they got.
Thank you, Shane. Like, verify.
We always hear about the reports everybody else.
I'm just saying, we can't be the this ain't 2000. We can't be the cocky Americans, bro. We can't be the cocky Americans. Niggas out there saying that we could be touched. The Iron Dome is failing as we're watching, as we're looking on. But hold on, before you about to say what you about to say, that was unthought of.
Yep, I love it.
Like we live into, we're doing it today because we seen it last year. We sat at the cabins and watched the Iron Dome go to work, but we also seen shit get through. So we're like, okay, and it was a joke then. It was just like, damn, the Iron Dome's kind of getting his ass kicked a little bit. But so today, saying it is not really that much of a hot take or whatever. But like before then, it was like, nah, the Iron Dome was supposed to be able to hold that shit down.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely was.
I love a good theory getting tested.
I still don't, as much as I've been saying that from night one, I kept saying Iron Dome, Paper Dome, because it was just funny. But come on, man. There's no way all these myths. But like I told that shit that you reported, another 5, in the first hour today, 5 people got through and smacked them. Whatever is being reported, what Fox News or whoever that's reporting, like, they have been getting fucked up over there. They've been getting fucked up, like bad. I've been seeing all the videos. They done fucked their air bases up, their airports, their cities. Like Tel Aviv is getting bad. There's side by sides next to Gaza, and there's areas where it's like, yo, like it's not like just like they're getting like apartment buildings and shit's getting fucked up bad. Now, I haven't seen anything on like death tolls.
24 death tolls calculated for Israel so far.
Okay, so I didn't know that. I don't believe that the Iron Dome just stops working. So take that what you want.
You know me, I love my conspiracy. I love my rabbit hole. I try to do some research on it. I couldn't find anything leading up to 2025. But check this out, guys. Who did we say yesterday was the big bad bully in all of this on the chessboard? Who?
China.
Bingo. Guess what? There's been a conspiracy about a long time ago, back in 2011 and 2014, that I never knew nothing about.
China's been secretly working with Iran.
Well, we know that. But what is China good at that could affect the Iron Dome?
They're good at everything. So I mean, just satellites and shit.
Technology, right?
Right.
We're hearing. Because I seen it on X a few days ago, and I said, let me screenshot that and investigate this. Somebody in one of the threads said China has hacked the Iron Dome.
And would that surprise any of us?
It wouldn't surprise me at all.
No,
I go, you know what? That would not surprise me.
Especially, bro, these other countries are probably, especially like China, who have no affiliates to Israel at all, are probably looking at Israel like, who the fuck do y'all really think y'all the fuck
what they said.
And like, they was like, you know what? Iran started bombing them. We ain't gonna get involved, but we gonna let y'all get hit.
Right.
We gonna let y'all get what y'all deserve.
Right.
That wouldn't surprise me in the slightest. So I mean, that's not a bad theory. I don't know if it's that.
And guess what else?
You ain't never been in no fisticuff. You ain't never been in no fight or seen no fight and had to get your little licks in on somebody that you ain't want to really fight one-on-one, but while they in a fight, you might like.
And then that tests the other claim that's always been going around is that Israel has the best intelligence agency.
Yeah, sure. And they have the best the military. The military was like the Air Force. And that got smacked.
It got smacked. The Air Force got smacked, the ports, but we do have to give reporting. We have to give credit as far as the reporting goes. From everything I'm seeing on both sides, Israel and the United States have conquered the air.
Yeah.
You've seen those reports, right?
Yeah.
We got the airspace. We got the airspace. Iran can't fuck with the airspace right now.
Hell, Iran that.
No, Iran is. I mean,
missiles.
I'm bombing you. I'm bombing you. I
for
don't
sure.
care about the rules.
But they're doing long-range missiles. We're able to. This is how I know so far that we control the air. Ron DeSantis from Florida is doing what he did last year. If you guys remember, when we were supposed to be somewhat close to this place, but last time when this happened, when the war cracked off, Ron DeSantis from Florida stepped up, and now he was trying to get votes for the election and shit like that. But he stepped up and sent planes over there to get U.S. citizens. I don't know if you guys remember that.
Yeah,
He's doing it again as of today. Florida shout out to Ron DeSantis, is like, we're going over there to get our citizens, because I know you've seen this. There's been an evacuation report. Tehran, obviously in Iran, has been told to evacuate. Trump said, nigga, y'all got 24 hours. Y'all better get the fuck out of Tehran. So we seen the footage of that. But in Israel, China called anybody over there, any foreigner over in Israel, like on a tourist thing. There's 38,000 people that registered as a tourist in Israel over yesterday. They're all being called home right now. Everybody's being withdrawn out of these places. So shout out to Ron DeSantis for using some aviation to get some people up out of that territory.
Imagine being over there right now.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I'd be so mad at myself.
It's like,
this is the time I wanted to fucking come.
Why now though? But see, I wouldn't have been over there right now.
No, that's true too. This past couple of years, I wouldn't even.
There's just no way. There's just no. I would not be comfortable being over in the territory at this juncture and this point in time. Like, just not at all. You know, because it can crack off any time. But we'll see. I love the fact that you brought up the Nimwitz. I think it's called the Nimwitz ship or something like that.
Something I can pronounce,
because it would have literally slipped my mind. And I 100% agree to you that everybody out there watching, if you play this back, keep an eye out for this ship potentially being attacked or sunk. And this isn't a hot take either, because if we also remember correctly and know how the Iran's proxies work, the Houthis, Hezbollah, and Yemen, what they usually do, they don't do ground invasions. They don't do military offensive operations. They are the ones that have been shooting from the ships. Last year, you guys remember our ships kept and we couldn't get food in, and then the price of everything went up because we had to go around the Red Sea and all that shit. Yeah, because the Houthis kept shooting up any naval ship that came up in the territory. They were shooting up the ship. So it's very, very likely that it is. I'm not even blaming Israel. It's very likely that some of the proxies in the Muslim nations will shoot the ship up.
Right, like without it, just them doing it on their own accord.
Yeah, it may not be Israel trying to do it to drag us in.
But I don't care. Well, that's what happens in your histories like that.
Yeah, you get accused, and we look at you and we say, "Well, we think you did it."
Yeah,
prove that you did it. Yeah, prove that you did it. Donald Trump is a busy man, I can't lie. He had to leave the G7 summit early to go to the Situation Room, like you said. Another thing that I don't know how you guys feel, but if Donald Trump was aware of this oncoming attack, right? If he gave the green light, which again has been reported, do you guys think that has anything to do with him deploying the National Guard to deal with the ICE protests? See what I would. Let me elaborate more. It popped in my brain. I'm like, okay, if he knows that we're about to be potentially involved in this war, right? Mm-hmm. His best bet is to clean up that ICE situation fast, right? You can't have that drag going for a month.
Just with that, you talking about like the whole protest and all that shit.
The protests in California,
burning and shit like that.
Yeah,
you do want to get that.
You got to get that cleaned up. I talked about him being a busy man. Really think about that.
Yeah, you're one of your biggest cities in America. You're running. It's literally having people catching cars on fire, having a crazy ass thing. You're dealing with international wars. You're dealing with laws passing. That job is really crazy. I do not want that job.
Yeah, not at all. Shane, you say what?
I agree. Okay. I agree. You got to clean up loose ends. But
we're not saying, by the way, to clarify, we're not saying we agree with the tactic. I'm just saying with newfound information in this war brewing, it kind of made me like think about it. Like if he knew, which obviously we all three here know that he knew it was coming up. We don't think he was completely caught off guard.
No. He's the ultimate clown. So either way,
right.
I mean, there's no cool way he gets out of this.
For sure. But from my vantage point, if I'm Donald Trump and I know that I gave Iran 60 days, and I know on the calendar day 60 was last Friday when they struck, 61 days, and I'm dealing with another little insignificant thing in the country, I'm going to deploy the National Guard, and they need to clean that up fast because I can't have two. Me and you said, Hunter, I said that the Trump administration, here was the thing we had to balance. It was geopolitics, it was international foreign affairs versus civil thing. I say when Trump gets in office, we deal with riots, we deal with civil unrest, we deal with Black Lives Matter, we deal with Antifa, we deal with ICE, we deal with immigration policy. We fight amongst each other. And so if you know that, which Trump knows that, the No Kings protest and shit, it's like, let me clean this shit up real fast or send the National Guard so I don't have to be here paying attention to this shit. Really.
And they'll take care of all that.
They'll take care of that. Even if they don't, whatever, at least I got somebody on the ground like that.
I ain't seen a video since.
No, they still out there. The protest doesn't spread to Portland.
They out there for sure.
Yeah, they're out there.
Every day I go to work, there'll be protests on the way to work.
They're out there for sure. It's bad, but at least he's not worried about that right now.
Yeah.
How do y'all feel about that fake report that came out where it said over 1 million immigrants have left by themselves? It's always the same thing.
Right.
How did y'all get that number? Like, how do y'all know? Like, did y'all have them sign a survey and say, how would you stay in America?
They weren't registered, I thought. Like,
I thought you had no, like, how do y'all get that number of just, y'all just took, I mean, because, I don't understand. I'm sure some people have left.
I don't, to answer your question, I don't know. That report is interesting, but I do want to hijack one of your points. You said, how would they know? Shane, does that ring a bell to you?
For 1,000%. Well, for two reasons. You might be going one or two directions. Go ahead. What I was thinking is, I mean, I've been telling Hunt to tap into what's my man's name? He was on Joe Rogan.
Which one?
Bro, he had to flee. He ain't been to the country since.
Oh,
Snowden?
yeah, I know you're talking about. I know
Snowden?
exactly what you're talking about.
Huh? Snowden. Edward Snowden.
Edward Snowden, yeah.
Yep. I mean, that's immediately where my brain goes.
Okay. Wait. Like, you have to elaborate on.
Well, he just said like the government has capability. I mean, shit that we know now.
Oh,
like,
yeah, for sure.
They know, like they know, like there ain't no, regardless of what number they put out, they know.
Okay, that's a good point. And shout out to Edward Snowden. He just was released, right? Like last year or some shit, a couple years ago, right? Yeah, he was a political prisoner in Europe. Snowden, yeah.
I don't know if he went there he went there because he was like
Snowden's the dude who he was.
There was Julian Assange and Edward Snowden. I'll have to fact check myself. I'll have to fact check myself.
I know wherever he was at, he wasn't a prisoner.
Yeah, I don't think he was a prisoner either. I think that was his reason for being over there.
Okay. What I was going to say is this Palantir thing.
Oh, yeah.
This Palantir thing is this artificial intelligence and it's facial recognition.
Which is the same thing.
Which is the same thing, right? So they very much they have all our intellectual property. We know all this shit like that. But if Palantir is being used and stuff, which it is, then they definitely may be able to they definitely have these numbers, which in theory, we've always known this. We've always known that they know where all the missing people are. We know.
Slowly, the curtain has to keep getting pulled back one by one.
Well, they roll shit out. They give shit to the military first, but they've had it already for 10 years before they give it to the military. Then the military gets it. And then there's those secret projects and shit that, our aunties and uncles and grandpas worked on. And we ain't heard from our aunties and uncles since. Like, we don't even know where the fuck they're at. And then they roll it out to the general public. But I don't know about the million number. That's an interesting report. There's I think 11 million illegal people or something. So that's 1% essentially.
No, like 10%.
10%.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. Then I don't know about that. It's a good report to put out.
The number's just way too round for me to.
I'm saying they're acting like they won the lottery. You're our 1,000th customer. You get to stay in America.
It's like they should have said like 637,000 or something. Like
right.
Yeah.
1 million. It's like 6 million.
Yeah. And Charlie Flatface Kirk said that. So
he
knows.
Okay.
I saw him retweet it, so he was.
Okay, Etchao. So with both of these things going on, like give me some foresight on.
Real quick though, I just want to ask this question. Do we all agree that we'd pretty much be in this scenario one way or another if we did have Kamala Harris?
I love this.
Wait, pose your question again.
Do we all agree?
Hunter trying to wiggle out of he got voters remorse. Go ahead.
No, please. Please. Do we all agree that one way and one time or another that we'd be in the same situation with Kamala if she would got elected?
We gotta wait to see. It's not. We gotta wait to see this Iran thing.
I'm saying
this current situation, yes, but what's about to happen, we need to see because the Iran thing is about to be big.
No, hold on. I don't think you're following this question.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I think that we will step in, and I think that
you're saying was this war inevitable?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
The war itself, yeah, but maybe our activity in it.
Okay, so now so that's my second question. I was saying so that we all agree that this war is inevitable.
For sure.
Now, me and Stefan have said a million times during the time, hey man, we really don't want to go to war, but if we do, we'd rather have Donald Trump guiding us. Like we've said that a million times. Prior.
For sure, but let me pause you for a second because this is just my slight beef. You said we weren't going to go to war.
I know. Listen.
You said it was going to be done in 30 minutes.
Listen, I agree with you. You are totally.
So that is my.
I'm not cutting him no bail. I'm not. Trust me, I'm not happy with this.
If he would have said, you know what? Yeah, we're going to go to war, but you'd rather go to war with me.
Yeah. You should have said that. You're right. I'm not. You're exactly.
Yeah, he ran on anti-war.
You're exactly.
And he also ran on I'll end this war in 24
He literally made it seem like we were only about to go to war because Joe Biden was incapable of holding a conversation.
Right. You're everything you're saying is 1,000% right. And I'm not saying this to cut him 1% slack. I don't me, bro. I do not like that at all. And he really crossed me bad. I don't like Donald Trump. First of all, I would never vote. I don't like Donald Trump. I don't like anything. But I was telling Stefan for the longest, like, hey man, on some real shit, from what I believe in biblical terms and shit like that, like he's prolonging some shit is what I think, what I thought. All I can go is by the fat motherfucker's word.
And boy, did he.
And obviously we know politicians is liars, but he's not a real politician. So like I'm thinking like, okay, he's gonna do a whole bunch of bullshit. We know this.
And he's gonna lie.
And he's gonna do all this. But if he can keep us out this war for 40 more years, hey, cool. Cool. But so like I said, he's done. He's done. I'm glad Dave Smith went after him. I'm glad all these people, because it's like, yeah, dude, you're a clown. A whole bunch of people voted for you because of the war. They didn't care about nothing. And once again, I did not vote. And I will not vote. And didn't say nothing outside of my friend group to anything. It's like I had I don't fucking sponsor this guy. But I think that anybody with fucking eyes knew that he had been better capable than the other option. You know what I mean? People will say like, you like Trump. It's like, no, give me a better fucking option. That's what I prefer. Give me a dope option.
Right.
Give me a dope option.
Right.
That's what I would have voted. I really wouldn't anyway. I still ain't gonna vote. But I'm just saying, the option was so horrible. It's like eating a dog shit sandwich.
Yeah. And
eating like a year-old Pop-Tart that's been sitting out. It's like you're gonna eat the Pop-Tart because it's edible. And it's not shit.
Yeah.
It'll taste horrible.
Shane? I got a lot.
That was never my beef.
No, I'm just saying, what do you say to the
But you would right now in this situation.
For 1,000%. I didn't like Kamala. Crazy.
Right. Or even Joe. It's just like, because right now with him in office, it's still that delusion shit of like, other leaders respect him still. They still know.
This is my beef. And we've been done this a whole million times. But my beef is, I distinctly remember, and we don't got to get on Joe, but I distinctly remember Joe saying, I didn't vote for so-and-so because they're a liar.
Right.
You guys double back and say, yeah, but Trump's a good liar. That's not what Joe was saying. So when Joe Rogan, I'm sorry, when Trump gets up there and he says shit like, we won't go to war. So that's when I want to call people to the carpet like Joe Rogan, who endorsed that type of shit.
I do think this is my prediction too. I think Joe will come out and criticize Trump. Back.
Oh, he will. He is today.
So I was waiting on his podcast, but it was with some whack girl.
No, she's
I'm going to watch it tomorrow, no matter what, just because I'm curious.
Who's it with? I didn't see.
It's some whack girl. I knew her last name. I think she's like a wife of some. It sounded like from her last name.
Mm-hmm.
Let him have one. His I don't know who it needs to be. But within this week, in one of his next few podcasts, I think that he will go. I think that he will He will not be cool with Donald Trump, and he will call Donald Trump out. I think that he will do that. I really do. So
got nothing to lose. Shit, everybody done left the base.
But that kind of looks weird off the back of doubling down last week.
I didn't. Yeah, that's what Stephen said. I don't know.
He doubled down in saying that he felt good.
Right, but I don't. We're like we're done with that.
No,
we're done with the. Well, who was I supposed to vote for? We're done with it. Because it's not the vote. It's the pedestal. It's the promoting. That's not. You can vote in quiet and private.
That's what he doubled down about. That's what I'm
saying. So that sounds weird off the back of it. Tomorrow when we watch, he does what Hunter said.
No, see, listen. I get Shane's point. But I don't like holding America. We need to get to a point where that is accepted, where you can have a choice, and then because what I hate is when you have a choice and you stand your mall. We just talked about mall. I can't stand that. I can't stand when you just because you chose somebody, you can't be objective and criticize them no more because you chose them. Right. I can't stand that. I would choose anybody, and if they piss, I tell y'all this all the time, rapper, anybody I like, if you piss me off and you do some shit I don't like, I'm gonna call you out.
Guess what? Guess what Joe Rogan is? Accidentally loud.
He's what?
Loud.
To be fair, this shit did just pop off bad this past week.
But that don't matter. It don't matter if it popped off 2 months ago. The point is,
technically, we're still not.
Joe Rogan is accidentally loud. So we always say, "What? When you're loud in what? You need to like. You don't get to just say, well, like you don't get to do that."
I think your thing is short-sighted, and I know it sounds like we're throwing Joe some rope, and I don't want to spend a lot of time on it. Yeah, I think your thing is extremely short-sighted because, again, you can't eliminate what in their brain, and I agree to some point, in their brain, what they were standing up against is literally a shadow, like a puppeteer thing. That's what he meant by like the lion and stuff like that. Like Trump is the front man. When we see Trump, we get Trump. He is a liar. Everybody knows he's a fucking liar. He is a liar. There's just inept evidence that he's a liar. And now the campaign that he ran on and stuff like that, Trump is really good at calling out the other liars and pointing the mirror at the other liars to get it off himself.
Right.
And in this election, we were dealing with bigger liars. You know what I'm saying? We were dealing with much bigger liars to where if you are voting American and stuff like that, and you had to draw a line in the sand, you might have swayed with the guy that you just seen a campaign ran against them. You just seen an assassination attempt. You've seen the deep state, for better or worse, come after this man. We like literally seen the full process of this. And I don't think he was. We just didn't want Otto Pin. We didn't want Otto Pin Joe. We could not deal with an administration where we were all screaming for 4 years, who's running the country? And they were literally telling us it's Joe Biden. He's fine. That's what we meant by a liar. We meant the liar that we couldn't see. We meant the liar, the invisible liar that you couldn't touch. Listen, people are going to be all right with the liar that we can touch because you feel like you can influence them. You feel like Trump is very reactive. You feel like you could tweet at him and Joe can possibly influence Trump right now.
Joe feels that way.
He feels that way, right? You can't influence Joe Biden because we don't even know who's pulling the levers. We don't know. We literally didn't know. So that's where I feel like you're being a little bit short-sighted in what the whole lion thing is and all that stuff is about. And
that was a 100-day period where people was asking the same thing: who's running the country? Is all I'm saying.
Say that again.
There was a 100-day period. There was a point up until a 100-day period where a lot of people was asking this year who's running the country. So,
right, but that was between Elon.
No, they knew who was running. Oh, you're talking about with Elon Trump.
That was a little bit of political game. That was a little bit of political game. You tell me what you think.
What did I think at the time?
Yeah, and what you think now?
I said that Trump's getting played like a puppet.
Okay,
that's what I was saying.
Okay, do you think he backed it? Do you think he cut that deal off? What? How did we think that resulted?
Yeah, for sure. It resolved. I mean, me and you were saying that we thought that it was never going to hash out.
No,
with them too, whenever you get powerful people like them, somebody's always going to be in front. It's going to
for sure. But here's what I'm saying. I'm saying in the Biden-Harris administration.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
It's a matter of like we said something and we had to wait 4 years for it to be fact. In the Trump and Elon situation was it was a group of people saying that to divide them. And it turns out that Trump kicked the dude that y'all said was running it. He kicked him out, so Trump was running it. You see what I'm saying?
That's not how I look at it, but I get it. I'm saying maybe at that time, Trump, because Trump's the president, he can do that.
Y'all remember when they gave us tall Biden?
Huh? What'd you say?
You remember when they gave us tall Biden? And Biden came out, he was like 6'6" up there. So
tall Biden was crazy.
I just think that the documentary, because especially even, it happens to us because it happens to us a lot less than other people. But, we're a product of our time, man. We're just raising this fast shit.
Yep.
And I think the documentary on Biden's 4 years is going to be fucking bizarre, but what's really going on in that White House.
It's going to be.
It wouldn't be more bizarre than the Trump one, which should be.
It'll be different bizarre.
Yeah,
but I'm talking about.
Negate that.
Trump's will be more like turn. More like, oh shit. Biden's will be
little kids is turn, yeah, I guess.
I mean, yeah, if you're gonna go that route, I don't think he's done that in the White House. But if we're talking about his biography in total, yeah. But Joe Biden was doing the same thing, so I mean, he literally was. We have look all the videos of him sniffing them little girls' hair, and like he was more creepy than all.
Crazy, bro.
What he's telling them little kids, "Come sit on my lap," and moving them right on his cock. It's like, dog, what are you doing?
Crazy.
But yeah, they both.
Where I will give Trump credit is he's a comedian, and which you can pivot to that sick shit he just did to Elon Musk.
Yeah,
giving Sam Altman that deal. That was a direct spite to Elon.
Yeah,
Musk.
For sure.
Yeah.
They're both doing it to each other. I mean, like we already talked about what Elon's doing, little sly shit. They're going to play tit for tat like this for a little bit. Because
Elon's been asking for some type of contract.
Yeah, big time.
For sure. That's why he blew up in the White House. I mean, that's why he's mad. It was like
the contract that he gave him is just a 1-year contract, and all that says to me is like here, have fun with your 12 months. Like this $2 million, have fun with your 12 months.
Elon feels like I scratched your back, you scratched my back a little bit. Give me what I want, which is really.
Guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna give money to your op.
I'm gonna give money to your op. Elon really wanted artificial control. He wanted all the power. He wanted all that shit. And but back to kind of MAGA being divided, because I'm so glad Hunter brought that up. We're seeing the Joe Rogans of the world. I'm sure he'll speak out. He's not going to be one to do it on social media. He'll say it on an episode. It may get picked up, it may not, but you have to watch the episode.
If we officially go to war with Iran, Joe will be saying something and would not.
I don't even want to put those reprimandums on him on anything. I'm saying if we gave him a fair shake and watch any of these last 3 episodes or today's episode or tomorrow's episode, it's not a topic. He's not one to get cold feet and avoid a topic. Not happening.
I don't think so either. Yeah,
not happening. Mm-mm. Now, what he sometimes has done, what he's done usually in his history that he actually changed last year that I was shocked about was, and me and Hunter used to say that sometimes he will already have podcasts scheduled, and so shit will be cracking on. He'll have an author come in, and it's like, bitch. Yeah, but I ain't gonna lie, he's been changing that up. He'll have a
little bit, a tiny bit, yeah.
He'll out of the cuff of somewhere, Dave Smith will come on, or
that's what we need right now.
We need
Dave Smith to send a fucking blitz on Trump.
See, we need that, but we also need we almost need an opposing person too. Right now,
we saw how that went with Dave Smith and the opposing person.
Not at the same time.
Oh.
I mean, we're sitting down with somebody that can defend us going to war with Iran, so I can really hear
their mindset.
He needs to bring Dave Smith on and get active.
No, that's what I just said. We need that, but like more towards the end of the week. We don't need somebody that is going to be. It's going to be like a agreement fest. You know what I'm saying? Where they both pretty much agree.
Right. You want Joe to be like, I don't think so.
Yeah, I want him to have a guest and him have to give pushback to the guest. Like, I don't know.
Right.
What do you mean? What are you giving me those eyes for? Why? I mean, what?
I'm just saying it's cool.
You don't think that we would get more truth versus if he said
when I asked for a certain something, I was the bad guy. Is all I'm saying.
No, but
that's all I'm saying.
The timing. I'm talking about to satisfy you. To satisfy you. If he gets Dave Smith up there, you're not going to hear anything Well, he might disagree with Trump, and you might hear him say, yeah. But I think we'll get more truth, a better content if there's somebody up there that is pro-Israel, pro us going to war against Iran. I want to see if Joe Rogan can use his platform and if he has the balls to give that person pushback today, right now.
I don't think it's ever about Joe having the balls or not. I think he's proved that he's got that respect.
Okay, so then you're like the Murray guy that wants to police his guests.
No. I've never questioned Joe's testicular fortitude.
Okay.
It's just, I think Joe got in the moment. That's what I've always said.
Okay, and I think you're right. I definitely think you're right.
I never thought Joe was malicious or was stupid or anything. I think he got in the moment.
I think we don't gotta beat this up. But I mean, I just think that and I've said this, I've been on record saying this, I've told Hunter this a million times. I said once the ball I've said it in 23. I said this ball ain't going nowhere.
Can't put the toothpaste back in the tube.
Can't put the toothpaste back in the poo. We're at war. There's no turning back. And I've been saying it don't matter. Trump, Bernie, Kamala, it don't matter. It just, like you said, it just, you got to pick what stocks you want to go to war with. You got to pick your outfit and shit. And I just think that's the matter of some people's, preference. And we see it. MAGA is definitely divided. I can't lie. MAGA is definitely divided.
Like big time.
Big time.
Like Alex Jones been like Alex Jones is number one Trump supporter. Like, nah, Alex Jones. I mean, Trump is done. Like, if he does this total MAGA betrayal. So we didn't see the days. I've seen mad Trump people.
I've seen a bunch of that too, bro.
Who are like, if he does this, I've been saying he's the worst president of all time.
I literally
like, if he does this, he's ruined everything. Now, as we said, there are the 20% of like the real life. When people say MAGA is a cult, like obviously MAGA isn't a cult, but like there's 20% that is a real life cult. Like that, they don't give a fuck what Trump does. 25%, 30%, whatever it is. There are then people out there who are like that, and those people ain't budging. They don't give a fuck what Trump does. They don't care if we go to war. They don't care if we don't go to war. They don't care about nothing. But the 70%, that just hopped on with bro, and who only fucked with him because of the anti-war, and because they, a lot of people fucked with him because the last 4 years were so shitty, and all them people are like, nah, dog, no. So we'll see, man. Definitely.
And that's what I'm saying, man. Shane, I know you feel a little bit different. Well, I can't put that on you. Okay, Zach is on here.
Call.
You said call. Shane had it. I can't lie. I'm not mad at those people because I don't think we're being fair if we pretend that those people that we're naming weren't.
No, I'm not mad at them at all. But just because I'm not mad at them don't mean I don't get to say, ha ha.
You were wrong.
You're right.
You're right. You're exactly.
You can have a change of heart, but address that you were wrong.
And right. So you do like what Dave Smith did? He gave his whole
episode. I'm telling you, I love that.
He gave his whole episode to it.
Yep, I love that.
And people were saying it was a knee-jerk reaction and yada 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 yada. But like I'm saying, you can't be mad. I'm not saying you, but anybody out there, you can't be mad. And I know Trump is on his attack. Trump does this funny thing where he's still petty. Where if he doesn't like what you say, he like starts doing the petty little kid insults to you. Now he's calling now Tucker Carlson's kook. Now Tucker Carlson, he's laughing at Tucker Carlson because he don't got a TV show. It's like, boy, Tucker Carlson got kicked out when you got kicked out.
Right.
When you got impeached and shit, they kicked Tucker Carlson out with you.
Right. What you mean? Show was never the metric.
Yeah, and that's the comedian in Trump. Like, I really hate those people, but it's funny to see him love when they're benefiting him, and then be like, "Shut up, you kook."
Yeah.
Whenever he the
first time lame ass. You don't even got to show lame.
Shut your clown ass up, and it's just like, okay, that's where it's like funny, but
it's funny.
If I'm Tucker Carlson, I'm like, "Yup, you're done."
Yep. I won't use my platform to help you out one bit. Nope. But yeah, I mean, Trump. I don't even think Trump necessarily played his. You guys ready for my take?
Mm-hmm.
So I think Trump is getting played. I think this ship is going to be attacked or something. There's going to be something that happens, and they're using Trump's attributes against him. They know that he's already said Trump means what the fuck he be saying when it comes to. We seen him say about what he say when I assume office, them motherfucking
better be back the fuck home.
Yeah, them hostages. Y'all got 48 hours, and guess what happened on 48 hours?
Yeah,
hostages returned. Right. We also seen, and people forget, 2 months ago he sent that bomb over in got wherever that was. I can't even remember where it was. Remember? That fucking bomb. But he had given a warning, and he dropped the bomb. Right. So if you're the deep state, let's pretend they're real, and your objective and your operative this whole time is to drag us into a war with Iran. Well, guess what you would do? You would do exactly. I think Trump's hands are tied. I'm not trying to give this man no bail. I know it sounds like I'm coming off as a Trump supporter, but I think that he really doesn't want to go to war. I think he really thinks America first. In fact, my prediction, if Hunter remembers, I told everybody on my stream for plenty of times that he will turn his back on Israel because it's prophecy from my readings. He will turn his back on Israel. Israel will get attacked, and there will come a point where America gets attacked, and Israel will turn their back, and our allies will turn our back on us while we're being attacked. Trump is trying to remove us out of NATO. He said, how y'all feel about him Xing the Supreme Leader's assassination? That's also a good point. The Supreme Leader of Iran, Trump, I don't know why they report these things. This is where it gets a little bit like where my eyes go like, that don't make sense. What do you mean to tell me the Supreme Leader of Iran, Trump called the shot off, told Israel no.
Yeah.
And it's like, maybe he did, because that will escalate this war to.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? So again, it all goes to my point. I really think he's anti-war, but I think he's put in a position right now. Iran's move is putting him in a position right now where it's literally shit or get off the pot time, and he's like,
they're bombing them for 5 days straight, guys. Yeah, I know. It's that I still not cutting him no bail. I don't care. I don't care. Like if you really who you think you are, who do you think you are? I am.
I want you to say it with your chest. What do you want Trump to do? You want him to turn his back on Israel?
Yes.
Say it no louder. You didn't say it loud.
Yes, that's exactly what I want. I do not want to enter this war with Iran. Period. I think that Israel is. I mean, I'm not going to get with it. I think that they can handle their shit. Like I'm just saying, they don't need. I mean, y'all did it. You're the one that did it.
And you do understand the implications of what you're saying too, right? Not you saying it, but if Trump did that and shit goes off, you do understand the implications.
Yeah, I'm not worried about it. I don't think. That's not a. I would be okay with that.
Netanyahu's reaction to not being backed said a lot to me.
Give me more. Did he throw a fit?
Not through he threw it's like the fit, but like the empty threats to fit. You know what I mean? Like
he claimed New York was.
You ain't scaring nothing. You need me.
Even though you got to really go watch that whole 2 minutes he was talking about. He thanked Trump 5 times. Like thank you, President Trump, for the support.
Even more telling.
I know, and then he was just he just kept thanking Trump the entire time, for the support. Like he what you said in our text message today. Like I hate when people about the email say thanks for reading my email. I didn't agree to read it. He literally did that. He was like. And we thank you for the United States support, and they're on the right team, the right side. It's like, wrong.
We haven't agreed to this.
We haven't agreed to that yet.
What are you talking about?
Yeah. So him saying that today is Tel Aviv, tomorrow it's New York.
It's like
New York's fine. And as we speak, New York's fine. Remy Mano and Papoose are still arguing in New York.
I just want everybody to be clear out there. I understand that there is an anti-Zionist movement out there. I'm not against it, but I just want everybody to be clear on what they're saying and understand the implications that if you're asking a United States president to be the first person in the history of the United States to turn their back on Israel while they're in war, there's big implication. If Israel gets fucked up, or we're in a they get exiled out of the Middle East and stuff like that, then what?
I don't think that Israel. I've told you this before too. That Israel is not the like. If ever we are at war with China or anything like that, like Israel's little baby ass ain't doing shit for us. Like they'll try. We've been protecting them since the 48. Like it ain't like we need them. So
Zach said I'm correct.
About what?
He said we're too deep. Too deep can't happen. We can't turn our back on Israel.
Shit, we can't. It won't happen. That's not my prediction.
The thing is, you don't gotta turn your back to. You don't. Hold on. What am I trying to say? The thing is, you don't have to completely remove. You don't have to completely remove yourself the full time to quote unquote turn your back. You can just not offer ample amount of help in the needed time.
But because we're still been defending them today. We're still helping them.
Yeah,
damn, you was getting hit like that.
We might not help with their offensive operation.
Boom.
Yeah.
Boom. So boom. That's
it's like you know what it's like. It's like if all of us was going out, Hunter went in the room.
But let's be real. No. Let's be real.
Because but this is my point. If we was all out, Hunter was in the room getting beat up. Me and you looked at each other and was like, we know he's in there getting beat up, and then we run in after he got beat up. Like, oh, what happened? What happened? Yeah. Where's he at? Like, you could do something like that.
I see what you're saying, but you really can't. You really can't. You can't do that. You can't do that.
Because Iran's putting them in such a tough thing. Because it's like if they'd have bombed them one day, it'd be like, all right.
Right. We could turn on and act like we didn't see that.
5 days in a row, and it's like they're not stopping.
You mean like when we did for Gaza?
I mean that, but that's way different. That's way different.
Not really.
Shit, it ain't. Not in the media. Not. I mean, yeah, not to us. It's not different. But I'm saying, don't nobody care about them. It was clear.
I'm clipping that up.
It was clear. That's what I saw.
Yeah, but to the point, we then act like we no. They said they're not doing.
Come on, y'all. Let's expound this a little bit more. Let's be real. So right now, I agree with you guys. We're just on the defensive. We're shooting the missiles out of the air. We have not agreed to help with an offense. But let's say
Let me pause you really quick and add this, and you can go. I did say earlier today, Trump likes to be the savior. So I can see a world where Trump lets them get beat up a little bit and let you know even more how much you need them.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying there's no way that Israel can be getting beat up. Like, yeah, we can do the defensive shit, but y'all saying like if Israel starts getting beat up, we won't intervene?
Eventually, but you know what I mean? Sometimes just let me get smacked around a little bit. I don't gotta jump in. Who says when I gotta jump in? I didn't know you. Oh, I thought you could hold your own. You got knocked out.
True.
I didn't know you was gonna get knocked out. You should have told me. I'd have jumped in before.
There's major implications for a U.S. president turning his back on Israel, and part of that implication, just to lay out the framework for people, is we got to understand that Israel is a creation of Western imperialism. Like Israel is the baby of Western expansion and imperialism. So like it ain't just, it's like the whole West is looking at Trump like, what you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? You gonna let this 400-year project that we've been working on? Speaking of Gaza, did y'all see what happened today? I did not as far as Gaza goes. I would love to hear. I would love to hear what you got to say, but you know what I'm saying? Like you got all the other Western countries looking like, what are you going to do? And you got more so than that, you got more powerful people, in which we won't say their names, that have been working on this project for a long time. You think that there won't be repercussions for an American president not stepping in and defending their project?
Trump might have to die and become a legend. Go out like a G then, Trump.
The only way out of this.
Yeah, I mean, I said that the other day. I said Trump will probably die if he does that, but make America great again, Trump.
That ain't good.
Get us out of war, Trump.
That ain't good enough. I mean, it's good enough for us. See, Hunter's thinking selfishly, which I don't blame him. He wants the best case scenario to prolong this as much time as possible so he can order more shit off Amazon. But we just need,
I need my son to be older.
Yeah, we just need a little bit more time. Yeah. But I'm just saying, man, they moving too fast, bro. Like they're moving too fast. This.
Even though, let me be clear, I do think that this goes. We know how wars go. Wars go a long time.
Yes,
a super long time. Like what I was telling you, what my dude said today. I think that if we get involved, when we get involved, we're not us three, the people we know. We're not going to be affected day to day. It'll be gas prices. It'll be shit just like that. To where like we're not in no threat. We still have. I was looking at AI stuff today. We have.
What does that say? Hold on, don't lose your thought.
He does that. All the folks will say we turned our back on God's people. Right, and they'll be wrong.
They'll be wrong. They'll be wrong.
That's how it happens, bro. I'm reading this philosophy book right now, bro, and it's going through Socrates and shit. And it's like, I'm sick of the norm shit. That's what Socrates used to do. He used to go up to people and say, like, why do you live? Why do you follow this shit that we all follow? Why do we follow this structure? Why do we go to work and act different? Why? Right. What's the point of us literally putting on all these different faces for like the outside real life? Why are we like, why? And I'm just saying, like, I don't care. Like, you're right. They will say that. People will say America turned on God's people. And it's like, well, there's a reason why.
We can debate about that, right?
We can debate about that. And
we can make a debate.
Show the proof then.
Show the proof then.
And if they show the proof, then I'll shut up.
I'm glad I got to be the objective one so far on this.
I'm just saying if they do the exact right, they will start saying that, and that's what the victims will say. The number one victim will say.
And they are
if he turns his back, if everything turns out, or if that happened, and somehow miraculously, like it didn't, like we survived this country, he would be impeached. He might be tried. He might be under sedition. He might be under treason. I mean, he'd
have to take one for the team.
It would be bad. He said they're delusional. People will start wilding, but believe that to the death. They'll believe that to the death.
Yeah,
it would be a problem if we turned our back.
Oh my God! If that happened, you think they'd be crying now? Boy, listen.
Oh my goodness, the left would have a field day.
I wasn't even talking about the left. I was talking about the blue and white.
The blue and white.
Yeah.
Oh, they would. I mean, it'd be bad. But I mean, my prediction, guys, is he does turn his back. And
so you say we're not going to war with Iran. That's your final prediction. Or you think that he might go to war, but like it's kind of like when Carl Anthony Towns hit the shot.
Yes.
And we was like, well, when the shot needs made, Trump ain't gonna be there. That's what your prediction is.
I don't know if I'm understanding that analogy.
I'm saying, like, you're saying that it's possible that we do go to war.
Yes.
But when it's really time to do whatever they want us to do or do us do, he'll turn it back.
No, okay, invert. Here's my prediction. So I'm very clear for everybody out there. Israel will go to war. We will not back them. We might back them initially or something, but they will lose. Okay. Then they will be exiled. It'll be a bloody war. They will literally be exiled and dispersed. We will then try, like Iran will take over that territory. I mean, shit will change, and they may get access to a nuclear bomb, and that will then be our war because we're next. It will be like, okay, you didn't handle Israel stopping them from their agenda, which their agenda, let me be clear, Iran's agenda isn't just, I mean, it partially is Israel being there, and their beef with us is that we allow Israel to be there, right? But you think that if Israel gets fucked up, they won't try to get it back, or we won't try to help them get it back, or other nations won't try to help them get it back, and that's when Iran will turn. They will have their beef with us. So yes, indirectly, we will be going to war with Iran or Muslim nations for sure. That is my prediction.
Okay. But see, the thing about that with Trump is like, I don't know if what you just said was a lot. That could be 5 to 10 years worth of all stuff.
For sure.
Like everything you just said could happen, but that could be the final blow. That could be 10 years from now. We could be 40 years old, and then like that comes to fruition. Like these things happen a long time. Like you said, you were right. You've been since 2022. You're like, you guys, we're at war. We're at war. And it's 2025, and it's like 75% of Americans don't even know we're at war.
Yep.
So like, it's not even like they might not know until 3 more years. They're like, oh, okay.
Right.
It's like, so this could last a long time. Or all it takes is us to get hit over here, man. All it takes is one time for someone to have them balls and smack America in their mouth. And then shit's up.
It's up.
And that's what I'm worried about.
And we haven't even talked about like the, allies in China and Russia.
That because them are the ones. I ain't worried about. You think I'm worried about Iran? Iran don't move my needle. China and Russia move my needle.
Real shit. But it's gonna be all based off of like, that territory, man, who gains control of the Middle East. And guys, can't we all get along? I hate when people say that. I literally hate when people say that. It's like, no. It's like from both people's perspective, they're like, no, they're trying to take our land.
I know.
Like Americans always say that when we're not the one getting our land taken. What do you mean? I always say if somebody literally north of the border, if somebody from
like someone trying to take something, someone trying to take some money from you.
Yeah.
And it's like, can we go? It's like, no, when they give my fucking money
why
back.
Are you just fighting over something so petty? It's like, he took my money.
Yeah. And then it's always the motherfucker who got all his money. Like, come on, guys.
Yeah, it's not that big a deal. Like, fuck it ain't.
Let's give some of your fucking money then.
My thing is if Mexico tried to take back Arizona and California.
And Arizona and all that shit.
Yeah, right. America would have a motherfucking cow.
Wouldn't happen.
It wouldn't happen. You know what I'm saying? Or if Canada tried to take some territory. It's like, please.
We're only not but 60 days removed from Trump trying to make Canada Canada
gold.
Man,
like, bro,
that's what I'm saying. He's making too many enemies across lines. He's making too many enemies at the wrong time. But any further remarks on this situation? Obviously we're going to tune in tonight. I haven't looked at my phone one bit. I know.
I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I haven't looked at my phone since 3 hours now. They probably got smacked a whole bunch more. Crucial times. Really crucial times.
Israel will not stay in the Middle East. Shane?
Wait, what did you say? Israel?
Yeah, that was just my prediction before I go. I wanted
Israel will not stay in the Middle East. We won't back Israel.
We'll turn our back on Israel?
Not turn our back, but in the way that I said. We'll let them get bombed. We'll let them get beat up for a little bit.
Okay.
We'll let them get beat up for a little bit.
Yeah, but that goes back to my thing.
I don't think we live in a world where the United States isn't back Israel.
But what if what I propose, what I think will happen, what if that happens? What if it turns into a thing where it's like, okay, well, you're taking, like, we're not going to join the forces and we're going to defend, but, like, what if on Friday that ship that they sent to the Middle East gets bombed and then Trump's like, well, they're hitting America?
Yep.
Yeah,
then what? Then it's like, well, it's not back.
That changes. That changes. I agree with you. If we get hit in any way at all,
it's on. It's gone.
It's
go.
Right.
That's all. That's it. Everybody on the fence right now.
As long as they keep it cute,
they got to keep it cute.
Yeah, hey, Iran, keep it cute.
As long as you keep it cute, like they'll be good.
Keep it cute for real. Well, this concludes my stream. I can't wait to get on and see what's going on. I want to say shout out to Dave Smith, shout out to Tim Dillon, shout out to 19 Keys, shout out to Bernie. Also,
you real quick though, because I want to spend 5 minutes on it. You got 5 minutes? Everybody got 5 minutes?
Yep.
Okay. Just 5 minutes. Because Stephen got out of this last time. I'm not gonna let him get out of this time. Aaron Rodgers in the Pittsburgh Steelers uniform. But that happened, and me and Steph went streaming, and we had to get off.
Hold on. Before you go further.
Already said that answer either Warhead, Israel, Iran.
Pakistan, sit down.
Pakistan, Joey Badass is fun.
Didn't India have y'all's number? Literally, Joey Badass of the whole world.
Don't worry about Pakistan.
You're a little person gnawing at the leg. I mean, at the ankle. You little ankle biter.
All right.
Go ahead, Hunter.
How you feel about it? I was telling
Aaron
Tyler the
Rodgers?
other day because Tyler was saying exactly what you're saying. You know, my girl's a huge Steelers fan, and she was like, "You don't even feel." She's like, "I don't even know what we're doing. I don't even feel like this is my team anymore. Like, who's DK Metcalf? Who's my like? She left Najee Harris. He's gone. He's like, who's my team anymore? So I don't even know what this is.
Why ain't even signed yet?
Don't even
Right. TJ hasn't even signed it. Right. And I'm like, yeah, I was telling him, I'm like, it's funny because, like, you know, me and Stefan's whole life, it was LeBron and Aaron Rodgers. Like, he hates Aaron Rodgers damn near just as much as LeBron. She said, I didn't know that. I'm like, right. So for me, this is gold because our whole entire life, it was Aaron Rodgers and LeBron. And now you got again. So, like, I
don't know exactly what I'm trying to go to therapy. And I'm hoping they can unlock some sort of thing to where they can like give me a little nice like timeline on what I did to deserve this karma. You're joking about it, but Shay, you'll understand that when it was first reported, I was already like this about the LeBron thing when it was reported he was coming to LA. I'm like, bro, what did I do? Like, this is crazy to me. Now the Aaron Rodgers thing is almost like you said. It's literally what'd you say earlier? You said that was a direct
attack.
Yeah.
Direct attack at me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I really can't believe it for real, man. Like,
oh my man.
Aaron Rodgers to the Steelers out of all 32 teams or 31 teams, bro. The Steelers.
And you get Aaron Rodgers when he's like done. Like you don't even get like good Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers that everybody's turning down.
Yeah.
I talked to somebody. I talked to an old man, and he was just like, man, he's just gonna bring drama. Like nobody's sold on Aaron Rodgers.
Nobody is. Well, Steelers fans are delusional, so a few are, but no one's really real life sold.
And somehow they're trying to change it now. Well, he's coming. He's going to coach up Will Howard.
Yeah, I know, literally. So, I mean, what's your just quick, predictions? As far as like what you don't gotta give me a record or nothing. Just give me like how it turns out.
8-8 season. I plan on starting a movie review channel.
8-8. 8-9.
8-9 season or whatever. I plan on starting a movie review channel during the NFL season. It's something to take up my time. I'm not
to pick up where Hunter's gonna leave off.
I don't want y'all tweeting at me.
Oh wait, so you're saying this is the first Mike Tomlin non-losing season or non-winning season? He's getting fired.
He might. What can he go? He can go 9-7.
9-8. Go 9-8.
He can go 9-8.
Yep.
See, this extra game. I'm nervous about Lang. He said we're claiming Rodgers even if we're hurt about it. He knows how I feel. I've told him a million times, stop giving me updates on Steelers. He always texts me update. Like I do not. When I don't like somebody like that, if they come to my team, I don't like the team. I'm that guy. You call me a fan, whatever you want. I'm not rooting for Aaron Rodgers.
There was only one person like that for me, and that's what he did. But anybody else, I don't have that disdain for. I've been saying this before y'all got Aaron Rodgers.
You used to want Tom Brady on the Dolphins, so I guess you're right.
When he came to left and they were saying we had a chance, I'm like, go get his ass. Go get him. Like, my favorite Tom.
That's where our fandom is different, bro.
That's exactly, Shane.
You ain't never really.
Wait. Are you agreeing with me or Hunter?
No, I mean I'm agreeing with you. I'm disagreeing with Hunter. That's where me and Hunter.
But if somebody comes to the Falcons that you don't fuck, who's somebody you don't fuck with like that?
Bill Belichick.
Oh yeah. Oh damn, he was running an anti-Bill Belichick campaign.
I would not have liked Tom Brady to go to the Falcons. I hope you
okay. I mean, I'm not saying you would have. I will say Tom Brady and Bill Belichick would be a little different. What Bill Belichick would have did to your whole entire front office.
But he was regarded as the coach, the best coach of all.
I understand that, but you knew when Bill Belichick getting that, he was firing all your good people. He was bringing in all. You knew he does too much. With Tom, I knew we was having a year or two.
Coming with Julian Edelman, Gronk. He was gonna come in with his guys.
Yeah, coming in with
12 team.
He be trying that shit. He be doing that shit.
Yes, I'm just saying, coming with two different roster spots and really cleaning house for all. If you're a fan of a team, I didn't want Bill Belichick either because they were the same thing. That's why he did get tired. No one wanted him because of that reason. Because that he was going to fire all the coaches, he was going to fire the GMs. He takes too much control as far as GM and coaching. That's a little different. I feel you. I wanted Tom because we was in an era of First of all, I didn't prolong for Tom because this is Tua's rookie year. I never wanted Tom, but I was like, shit, if we get him, then fuck, I wouldn't have been like irate because our team was good and we was ready to strike. And
yeah, I remember that was all we was in Houston.
Not or it was
I was like,
it was the first year. It was the first year. Yeah, it was the first year removed. Yep. So I know that was a short-term thing. So I was telling myself, like, we just got Tua. He's come off this hip injury. Bring Tom in for a year or two.
Belichick is a 10-year commitment, potentially.
Bring Tom in for a year or two. Let Tua sit behind Tom. Like, that was really what I was thinking. And, like, our team is good right now. And, shit, let's go ahead and try to win one. Our defense was top-tier. Brian Flores.
Nigga, if they would have tried to bring in Drew Brees,
you wouldn't get that much of a thrill out of that. That's my problem. I don't get thrills out of short, cheap.
And there's another thing is, like, you know, my Tom hate stopped around that time too.
Yeah, but that's even just where we differ in our fandom.
If y'all win a championship,
that was y'all's rival.
Championship, Hunter, you're excited for real?
If what?
Y'all win a championship with Tom Brady on a 1-year quick little firecracker thing. You're excited?
Like the Bucks.
You're not, so you're not.
Yeah, I wouldn't have liked that.
When Buck fans be saying like they got that, don't move my needle.
Yeah, I mean, you're right about that. I'm just saying, first of all, I never wanted Tom Brady. Let me make that clear. I wasn't mad at our owner trying to do them secret meetings trying to get Tom. I wasn't like super up in arms about it or nothing like that. Yeah. We had Tua. We all see my draft video at the house when we got Tua. I was super good. I like Tua from day one. That's why I wanted my team.
I remember you not. I remember way back when you like Tom's had contract shit back in 2016, and I mean it was rumored that he might go to. It'd been rumored a long time that he was going, and you wasn't.
No, I just didn't. Like I said, I didn't want him, but it was one of those things. Like if he comes, then fuck, I'll make the best of it. And like I said, that's a little different. And Tom is like, it's also different because like Tom is the actual GOAT, not the fake GOAT like LeBron. Like
right.
Tom really is him, and LeBron's not.
Right, and he don't come with as much antics as the other two. Bill comes with antics. He's bringing young bitches. He's overhauling your whole roster. He's scoping the city. Oh, don't let Bill Belichick in Atlanta. I'm so thankful they did not let that old man run the streets in Atlanta.
He ran that motherfucker out of there so fast, boy.
Bruh.
I gained a new level of fandom that day.
But I real quick just want to give I've been saying this before. Me and Shay have been saying Aaron Rodgers is going to the Steelers for a long time now.
Yeah,
sure.
And I've already had my prediction as far as like I think this is Tomlin's last year. This is the year Tomlin gets up out of there. This is
I don't think so now with the Aaron Rodgers thing, but
this is definitely why. I think that y'all go 8-9, 9-8. Y'all lose in the first round again. If y'all make it.
We make the playoffs?
It depends how the seeding works. Maybe not. Maybe y'all on the edge of it. Maybe y'all make it and lose the first round. One of them two. And I think y'all part ways with Aaron Rodgers. He's done. He'll be a one and done.
Yeah,
he'll be a 1 year and done. And I think Tomlin will be gone.
Aaron Rodgers retires after this season.
And Tomlin will be gone.
Listen, Lane, I know you're still watching, bro. If you co-sign, no, I'm not actually mad about that. I was about to be fake mad and say, like, I still would be mad if we got 1 year of Rodgers and Tomlin lost his job that year. I don't like Tomlin losing his job this year. I don't like this whole concept that you're running.
They will be tied together. For Steeler fans, Tomlin's already been on the outside like 3-4 years for real.
Yes.
And this will be the final move.
Well, I won't. You know what? That's what he gets then because he shouldn't have wanted Rodgers. He shouldn't have wanted this pressure. He shouldn't have. But I don't know. I mean, I don't know who else we could have got. I mean, people started getting picked up in free agency, and it was the clock was. Aaron Rodgers literally drug us through the mud.
Y'all could have gotten other people. Y'all could have got Kirk Cousins, and y'all passed on two good rookie quarterbacks in the draft. So y'all could have went the other way. Y'all decided to get Will Howard in the third round, but there was higher prospects in like Jackson Dart and stuff like that you could have grabbed and y'all passed on.
Shador was there.
Shador was there forever. So
Shador was there. You could have got him anytime.
You got that. Yeah,
I don't like. I see. We got to get off this, but I don't like this instability at the quarterback position for my team. I've never seen it.
Bro, you going through what I went through for it. Hunter's never had stability.
Go look up right now. The Dolphins and the Browns have the most starting quarterbacks in 2000.
I bet the Browns is ridiculous. The Browns is ridiculous
because we've had Tannehill for like 4 years.
Yeah, The
And now
Browns
he's had 2 of the past like 4 years too. So we're finally getting a little bit, but
almost
even
seems like a motherfucker go to Cleveland and start fucking girls. I mean,
I had Matt Ryan for 15 years.
Yep. You don't know what it feels like when you go every year. You have a different.
Did y'all have Matt Ryan for that long?
Well, 14, but
2008. Yeah.
You were damn that long. When did the fucker retire?
He went to the Colts in 2022.
Oh yeah, that's right.
He technically just retired this year.
Yeah,
I'm used to, man. You already know. I came in liking the Steelers when we had Big Ben in the beginning and rode him all the way out. And pause and
then y'all tried the Kenny Pickett thing. It was like, no, he sucks. And you tried the Russell Wilson and Justin Fields.
Justin Fields. We had people before that. We had the backups before.
Oh, y'all had Mason
Rudolph and then somebody else. I can't deal with that. I can't deal with that. I really can't. I don't got the patience. So, Still Nation, man. Shout out to y'all. We got to hold the line. But this Aaron Rodgers thing definitely ain't it. I'm gonna just tell y'all right now, it's not. I don't give a fuck how it turns out. And please don't let an 11-6 season delusion y'all. Please don't let a 12-5 season delusion y'all. Aaron Rodgers is what he is. Me and Hunter used to say this funny thing. It's an old saying, and you know, old sayings are best because this is rather old sayings. If it looks like a duck, I won't tell you why we used to say it or who we used to say it about, but if it looks like a duck, if it quacks like a duck and walks like a duck, it's a fucking duck. Somebody said Duck Hodges.
No, Fields wasn't the answer.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers, we got the rap sheet on him. We got the report card on him. We literally got the history on him. He is what he is. We're not winning the Super Bowl, so get it out your brain.
Nope.
That is all I got for today. You guys got anything else? I want to play with look what I got. I got a sound bar, and I want it to. Where's it at? Sneaky. No. Can y'all hear that?
Yeah.
I didn't get to play with it. I'll be playing with it later. But what's this jump scare? I love that one. That reminds me of that Bow Wow video when he was making those threats to Soulja Boy.
That was so crazy.
That was so crazy. Anyways, I'm off here. I gotta keep up with what's going on. I know it's bombs over Baghdad right now, and I might have to get some fucking something to eat now.
Iran tweeted while we was streaming. They said I was this week. They said the Zionist regime is running on fumes. Its air defense missiles are nearly gone, and we're only getting started. That was an hour ago.
Their page is insane. I go to Israel's page and it's more like professional, more mundane and stuff like that. Iran's page is ran by a 16-year-old for sure. I mean, it just has to be. It's insane. But I'm going to be on tomorrow, guys, everybody for the viewing audience. I'll be back on because I really just want to and I didn't get to cover the Pusha TEA thing. God damn, I always forget, man. Shout out to Clips. I don't know, Hunter, Shane, go listen to the new single. Travis Scott, you in Pusha's Line of Fire, and I love it.
He said Utopia was up the street.
Yeah, he dissed Travis Scott, called him a bitch, and I love it. So, Travis Scott, that's exactly what you get. And I love that you're so defenseless in a rap beef. I mean, come on. Can you imagine Travis Scott? Nigga don't even say words. What you gonna do? Nice beat? Like, boy. But, so be it. This is Lord of Lips, and I am signing out. Before I sign out, everybody go follow. Y'all see it in the bottom left corner. Go follow Hunter on TikTok at The Hungry Review, and also follow his other book page. What is it? Book Talk?
Books with Bros.
Books with Bros. Go follow them over on TikTok for your movie and book suggestions and shit like that. So I'm signing out. We'll be back on, I'm sure. I'm coming back tomorrow with more on this Iran thing, and I'll have videos and shit up. Shout out to Zach and everybody in the chat. I'm out. Peace.